This episode of the BJJ Foxcast is brought to you by BioPro. BioPro is an all-natural alternative to prescription human growth hormone, which aids in recovery, anti-aging, metabolism, libido, immunity, skin health, cognition, sleep, and stress. Just one vial per day provides a substantial boost to all of these growth factors. Okay, so that's what they want me to say. Here's what I know as an aging grappler. I've been using BioPro Plus and the nighttime variant, BioPro Plus Cortisleep, for several months, and it feels like I've grown a third lung. My gas tank is noticeably bigger, my recovery is faster, and I'm back on the mats much quicker, not just between training sessions, but between rounds. Now you can get $30 off your first order of BioPro when you use the code FOXCAST at www.bioproteintech.com. That's code FOXCAST for $30 off your first order at www.bioproteintech.com. Thank you, BioPro. Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the BJJ Foxcast. I am your host, Alex Martinez, here with my co-host, Tojo. Say hello, Tojo.
Hello, Tojo.
Oh, my God. And our special guest today, none other than Mayor LeBaron. Do you like the way I said that, Mario?
Oh, wow. You've been practicing.
I've been practicing.
Should have said the infamous.
The infamous. Infamous? Mario is the one that gave us our Galeana experience. What episode was Galeana?
You're asking me?
What episode was it?
Like
it was right after we got
10
back.
episodes ago.
I don't know, 10 episods ago.
103?
103? Look at that.
See, he knows.
Look at that.
Because he knew we talked about him, so he's like, fuck yeah.
Episode 103, it was a lot of fun. You know, I expected the Galeana experience to be a little bit more of a haze because we were drinking so much. But it was like, I remember a lot. We remembered a lot.
Your body learns.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Oh, I guess alcohol is the way to be.
Yeah. So Mario is a blue belt. You're under Hector Guzman?
Yes, sir.
Out of he's out of not Guatemala. What am I saying? Chihuahua, Mexico.
Correct.
And how long have you been doing jiu-jitsu?
Oof. Probably about almost 7 years now.
7 years. Now, you live in Mexico now, but you lived in Denver, right?
Correct. Yeah.
How did that work? Because I assume you were born in Mexico, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then what prompted the move to Denver?
I mean, we go, small town, we all moved out. We move out to come out and work and learn how to work, make money.
Yeah.
So I didn't move direct. I mean, I lived in probably 8 states now.
Okay. No kidding.
Move around quite a bit. Denver is home, just probably the place I've lived the longest.
Yeah. Were you just like hustling, chasing work?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like my buddy Roger Sanchez out of Virginia. He basically moved around the country chasing work. Yeah. He's a roofer, and wherever there was a storm or something, you know what I mean? He was just chasing work. So yeah, did you work with a crew, or how did that work?
No, but I mean, LeBarron has a wide grasp around the state. So as soon as I found good work somewhere, then I found a job.
Nice, man. Yeah.
Is that where you met Kelsey in Denver?
No, she's from the same town.
She is from Galeana. Okay.
She's from LeBaron.
LeBaron?
LeBaron.
It's the same thing.
She's from the big city, pal.
It's one drunk drive away.
Few speed bumps.
Yeah.
Who was it? Oh, Sal. When he's just like, speed bump. Oh, shit.
Oh, my God. Dude, I spilled my drink all over myself. He hit that speed bump at least going 50.
Did you replace the shocks on that van yet?
Oh, my God. That poor truck. So I told Kelsey, we were... one of the nights,
my Kelsey.
No, the other Kelsey, his Kelsey.
Okay.
Kelsey.
Yeah. So I told Kelsey as we were leaving the fair. Remember, we were leaving at night, right? And we're all walking like in a single file because there was so much, very little room to walk and a lot of traffic. We go up to the Suburban, and I'm like, please don't judge us by the way we treated your Suburban.
That thing was a mess.
It was so bad.
Yeah. You hear that? Because there's that bottle that I put all the caps in the back and it was rolling around. She's like, "What's that?"
You don't
worry
know.
about it.
That weekend we opened the doors and stuff and had to air it out, and I was just like, this smells like our teenage years.
Yeah. It was so bad.
It smells like we had a lot of semi-legal fun.
Yep.
Yeah, it was mostly legal.
Questionably legal.
Mostly legal. I mean, the one thing that really caught me off guard, and I grew up going to Mexico. Like, I lived on a border town, but driving on the highway. Well, on the way from the border to Galeana, it was pretty normal. I mean, 2-lane, single lane, whatever it is, and making a couple stops. But when we get to Galeana, between Galeana and LeBaron, It's fucking Thunderdome.
Yeah.
The sides of the roads have potholes, so you stay away from them. Where do you drive? Middle of the road.
Yeah.
And everybody's okay with it.
I just like that, like, you pass someone here, they're going to try to, like, speed up and cut you off.
Yeah.
They're just like, yeah, I'm driving slow. You want to go fast? Go ahead.
Yeah, they just get over on the shoulder.
Yeah.
And they brave the potholes.
It's like everyone is just, like, has this agreement of, like, how to drive there. And I love it.
It's fucking awesome.
Except truckers. Truckers don't give a shit. They're just like, "Move, I'm coming."
That's just laws of gross tonnage. You know what I mean? You gotta ride that out, man. Yeah. So, did you start? I'm assuming you started jiu-jitsu in the States.
Yes.
How did you find jiu-jitsu moving around so much and finding work?
I settled down. I mean, I feel like it was one of those things where I had a really hard time actually staying focused with gyms and working out and stuff.
Yeah.
And I signed up at Zingano's where Keith and those guys are at.
Yeah. So let's give them a shout out real quick. So I don't remember their last names, but it's Keith, Sal, and Mark.
Yep.
And were they all training with you at that gym?
Yeah.
Okay.
All of them,
okay.
yep.
Very cool.
And yeah, I started out doing Muay Thai. Did Muay Thai for like 2 years.
Okay.
There. Just got to watch all the jiu-jitsu guys roll around in their jammies. And then I remember sparring one day and I got clocked in the head and I was just like, this is not fun. This is not fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to go hang out with these guys for a little bit. Fell in love.
Nice, man. Yeah.
Stuck there.
Very cool. Very
It's
cool.
nice when you don't get hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So did you get your blue belt from Hector or from Keith?
From Hector.
Okay.
From
Okay.
Hector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about that process, because like I've never had to come from a different gym. I've never had that experience. I've always been under Paul, so life is pretty simple for me. But going into a different gym, you're a white belt, probably 3/4 stripe. Do you feel like you have to kind of prove yourself again?
For sure. There was a stage where, so when I went, I was really close to my blue belt, and then all the shit happened, and with COVID and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And then I moved down, and then I got with Hector, and the relationship was fairly new. And I came back to visit, and my professor there, his name was Professor Hans. I showed up for an open mat, and I didn't have a gi or anything. He brought a gi, and he's like,
How'd you meet Hector?
"Oh, funny story."
Yes, my favorite kind.
I was I had already started training the kids and stuff at my gym, and I went for a camp down in Oaxaca. There was a camp down there, and had a lot of fun over there. And there was the gym down there. There was a guy that started similar to how I did. Showed up, wasn't nowhere to train, started training people there. And I was talking to them, and I was just like, "Yeah, this is what I'm doing. I don't have anybody to train with. The closest place is Chihuahua City." And then a guy here, there was another black belt, and he's like, "Hey, I got a buddy that lives over there, a black belt that lives over there." And I was
Get
like,
out.
"Oh, really?" And he's like, "Yeah." Started sending me his information, and when I got back, he was hosting a seminar with Paulo Miao.
Oh, wow.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So I was like, perfect. I sent him, "Hey, you got space? I want to come to the seminar, And then once I showed up, just introduced myself and told him what I was looking for, and game on from there. And so,
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've always admired, like, just the way you guys, I mean, a lot of people that, go to gyms here, if they live more than 3 miles away from their gym, it's probably hit or miss whether they're going to make it.
Yeah.
You guys travel hours
Yeah.
to train.
Yep.
Hours. So just to give everybody perspective, we traveled 3.5 hours, maybe 4 hours south from El Paso into Chihuahua to get to Galeana.
Yep.
Hector is another 3 hours south. I want to say southwest of you, right? Something like that.
East, right?
East. So he's another 3 hours east.
Yeah.
So you have to travel 3 hours to train under your professor.
Yep.
And get evaluated.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that. Like, does that sound like does that sound even? That doesn't even sound reasonable.
Well, hey, first of all, when you live in his town, you're like, it's fucking nice.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't feel sorry for him at all.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So okay, so you get your blue belt from Hector. I'm assuming, like, how long did you train under Hector before you got your blue belt?
A That's probably about 6 months.
Okay. And were you traveling to him? Was he coming up to you? How was he evaluating your progress?
A bit of both.
Okay.
A bit of both. I'd go up over there. The deal was, hey, I'd at least have to come over here once a month at the very least.
Yeah.
And then he would come at that time he was coming like every 6 weeks, coming to check us out.
Wow.
So he'll come, check on the kids, give out stripes,
That's
and stuff
cool.
like that.
That's cool. And then, where was he staying with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
With me or my mom's right there.
That's cool, man. Yeah. So we didn't know what to expect when we went to visit you. I was like, maybe we'll just sleep in the gym. Fuck it, right? I don't know, right? But you set us up in a really nice spot. It looked like a slaughterhouse walking up. We're walking up. I'm like, yep, here we go. Walking to our deaths. Fucking Mario. So, but we walked in.
Sleeper house.
You notice I could have walked you guys into the other door. That was on purpose.
Watch this.
Walk in, it's just like a shed.
Yeah.
Big shed.
Let's move this plywood. Watch, guys. This is where you guys are staying.
And you got to drag it. And then you walk in. It was really nice. So yeah, that's cool. So he would come up every 6 weeks or so. And that says a lot for him too, man.
Yeah.
He has a business or two, I think.
Yep.
And then he kind of leaves that and comes up and trains with you guys.
Is that kind of par for the course down there? Like everyone kind of just like travels a lot for everything that they need.
I don't know necessarily. I mean, in the small towns, I think so for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you guys have to come up to like El Paso, right, to like stock up on groceries and shit, right?
Just because we're spoiled. And
You're snooty.
Yeah.
You're snooty.
Stick your
Yeah.
nose up.
Yeah.
Go to Costco.
We want to head to Costco.
Mainly just because you can. You know what I mean?
Well,
Just-
with the big families we have, Costco's we got to buy them bulk.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the reality is like your business is U.S. based, and you have to go up there, like you said, like check your mail and stuff like that. So you're going to go there anyway.
Yeah.
You know, so that's.
And we treat it like a treat. We come out here and hit our little sweet spots. I want to eat here. Let's go get,
Yeah.
let's go get some burgers over here. And,
Yeah.
do that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Do you drag Scott with you every time?
To El Paso?
Yeah.
Nah, not
Okay.
every time.
So did you do it to us just so he would fucking annoy us?
Fuck it, Scott.
Fucking Scott. Ruined the whole trip.
Did you bring him? Is he here?
No, he's
Oh, you fucker. Oh, man. I was hoping he
Lazy
would be.
bastard.
Yeah, he's a good cat, dude. I like him. I enjoy giving him shit.
Did they have their kid?
Everybody does. No, not yet.
Okay.
February.
Okay.
Okay, is she pregnant again yet? That's
Again
kind of
already?
MO for your town. Like everybody's
and
pregnant.
That would be a new
She's
one.
pregnant twice.
Everybody's pregnant. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding, man. No, he ended. What's his wife's name? I can't remember. It's
Alexa.
Alexa.
Yeah.
I should know that. But
you should.
They were very sweet. They're very cool,
yeah.
and the way they met, and that's the whole story is kind of wild, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they met in the States, and she's like, "Well, you work from home anyway, so let's just go back to my hometown." He's like, "All right."
Yeah.
And he went from like Houston, that is like, I don't know, 5 million people, to Galeana, that's what, 500?
I think so.
Right around 500.
We're coming up.
Yeah.
But, one time I was sitting between the seminar that I think Keith taught that day and the fair. We're sitting out there, and it's me and Hector and his mom and his kids, and we're sitting under the tree behind your house.
Uh-huh.
And we're just having a beer talking. And I'm like, man, this place is so wild. Like, I feel so relaxed right now. And he looks at me, he goes, this is how they live every day. It's just chill.
Yep.
So for me, I don't sit well. You know what I mean? Like when I worked in sales, I would be in my office and I'd be like, I got to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And I would get in my car and I would just drive.
Yep.
I would just drive. I would just go somewhere. Like, do you ever feel that way? Like you're kind of like maybe a little stir crazy?
Like stir crazy?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But then you get caught in traffic and that goes away real quick.
That's true. I didn't think about that. Yeah. Yeah, man. And so tell me about your town. Let's start with LeBaron, right? Your last name is LeBaron.
Yeah.
Right. There's got to be a connection there.
Yeah.
Right. Tell me about that.
My great grandfather founded that place.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah.
Polygamous settlers, Mormon settlers that moved down, just settled on this spot.
No kidding. Move up a little bit closer. Yeah. Or bring it to you. Yeah. I like how you're relaxed. I don't want you to be like this. Just go like this. That's cool. There you go. There you go. Yeah. So Mormon polygamous. That's kind of the history of the town.
Yep.
But that's not very prevalent today, right? It doesn't really happen a whole lot, or does it?
No, not a whole lot. I mean, it still exists, and they talk about it. I mean, like our fathers were polygamous. My dad had 2 wives.
Yeah.
But our generation's not really. There's a couple that are brave enough to do that.
Yeah, yeah. Is that more? They're just more of like a tradition kind of thing, or do they love the lifestyle? Is that a thing?
I think it's a bit of both. It's a religious concept, so they're pretty religious and they're doing it for their religion, and then they really love the idea of growing up with so many brothers and sisters. Because they have a lot of family. So
yeah, yeah. So are you Mormon? Yeah, for the most part, ish. Yeah, yeah.
Technically,
yeah.
Technically.
No, I mean, I meet a lot of people. Here's the thing: like the thing about religion to me is, I'm not like go to church religious, but I love how the traditions bring families together. Whether you're Jewish, whether you're Catholic, whether you're Mormon, stuff like that. There's something to that. You know what I mean? That community, and I think that really for me, it kind of came to life watching people at the fair. I didn't see a kid on their phone. Maybe a teenage girl here or there. You know what I mean? But for the most part, the little kids, they're feral. Yeah. They were just running around. You know what I mean? And they own the place. And everybody's like, it's like, they're just pushing them by the head, getting them out of the way. And the kids.
Do you remember there was like 4 kids hanging out on the fence, like when the kid bull riding was going on, and like some guy came by, like I assume he's related to them, and he's like, "Get off the fence! You're blocking the view for all the people behind you." And he's like,
and they did.
Yeah, and they moved.
Yeah.
Because like I think like everyone in that town just like knows each other. It's great. Everyone has that like sense of respect.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And the other thing that really stood out to me, and I'm sorry, we're talking way more than you are.
and we're like reminiscing about it.
Yeah. And the other thing that really struck me.
When's the next festival? Christmas.
Oh, we're going. You know what? He doesn't know this, but even if he doesn't invite us, we're just going to show up. And we're going to be like, hey, I've got nowhere to stay.
We're going to sleep in the gym.
Yeah. We're going to sleep in the gym. I got a pillow for you on the mats. Awesome.
Well, I have an apartment down there. So whatever you guys want. I have a 2-bedroom apartment.
That's where Hector
That's where Hector and
Oh,
Kika
perfect.
stayed.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
And a trailer home, an RV.
Okay. That's for Tojo.
There you go.
That's perfect for him.
Good.
Yeah. Does it have a really small bed? Because that's all he needs.
No, but we'll make it small.
There you go. Yeah,
I'll sleep in the grass.
We'll put a couple guys in there for him.
Yeah. So every morning we'd have breakfast at your mom's place, which was awesome.
Yeah.
And what we notice is like the little kids are little kids, right?
Yeah.
They say hello and they just run around, do their thing, but we noticed that like the teenage kids, like the boys, they would come in and shake everybody's hand and look you in the eye and say good morning. Yeah. And the girls are like, a little hug and kiss on the cheek. It's almost intimidating because we don't live that way here.
Okay.
If a teenage kid acknowledges anybody in the room, it's like, whoa.
If they look up for that split second from their phone.
Yeah, but that wasn't the case there, man. Tell me about that. Like, it's hard. It's hard because like for me, it's different. For you, it's like, yeah, that's how he lives, idiot. You know what I mean? So, but is that something like traditionally, like you raise the kids that way, like acknowledge everybody and do that kind of stuff?
Well, I mean, the phrase, it takes a village to raise a kid.
Mm-hmm.
We're all just doing our part. We want the kids to turn out right, and they're representing all of us too. So we want them to. So we'll step in. Uncles and aunts try to take a big step in that, be in the kid's life, and like, hey, your mom's not here. You're still gonna be respectful.
Yeah.
Do your part. Go shake someone's hand. Don't let that slide.
That's cool, man. Yeah.
It's like the cool appeal of like a small town like that.
Yeah.
It's like you can't get away with anything. Your kid's being a shithead. Everyone's going to find
Everybody
out.
knows.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
And they have permission to discipline him, Say, hey, your kid was being a brat. Really? You kick his ass?
Yeah.
But he did. Thanks.
So that's where the bloody nose came from. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. So the big question that everybody has, how do we get Tojo in the Derby?
Oh, I'm already working on it, man.
Yes.
Yes.
I watched once. I think I got it down.
Fuck yes, dude.
Hopefully it rains again, because honestly, it probably would have been really hot if it didn't rain like it did.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
it gets hot in there, especially if you want to get your PPE, right? You can do it in a tank, but you're probably going to want a bomber jacket on.
Well, the ironic thing was that the fire car caught fire.
Yeah.
Dude,
I saw one guy got hit and like a piece of metal went through the car and like just missed him. And I'm like, hell yeah.
There was one car, like the bumper kind of peeled, but not like the plastic part, the metal part peeled.
Yeah.
And it was like a joust.
Oh, yeah.
And he's driving right at this other car. I'm like, oh, that dude's going to die. And at the last second, another car hits him. And then that piece flies off. I'm like, oh,
Oh, and then
God.
there's like mayhem, and Doug, it just gets out of his car. He's like kicking his wheel and shit, and like, and the ref or whatever is like wants to tell him to get the fuck out into his car, and he's like, but
it's Doug.
He's the guy.
He's the guy. Yeah.
You could tell he was intimidated.
Yeah. And we had a little group of, he gets on and just starts pouring his heart out about the whole thing. He's like, and this is one of the best years. I'm pretty sure I have a concussion right now.
was that like a little message he sent?
Yeah, a little voice recording.
Oh my gosh, that's funny, man.
That guy was. He just embodied that event. He was just
100%.
having so much fun.
So his first car wouldn't start.
Yeah.
So he gets out of it and just walks across the thing and just tells the guy, "Yeah, you got to get rid of that car." Brings another car in.
Yeah.
And then he's all set.
Yep.
And dude, did you see him? He was right in front of us when he got stuck, like close to the final.
Pouring the gas right into the carburetor.
He had a bottle, like a water bottle full of gas, and he's just pouring.
Sprayed it
Where
in.
is he getting that? He has a gallon of gas on the passenger seat. I'm like, what?
He's probably covered in gas. He's like,
Probably
one
was.
spark and he's dead.
Oh, guaranteed. Guaranteed. And then there was one car, didn't have a wheel, and then it's like shooting sparks from the rim, and I'm like, someone's going to catch fire.
Oh.
It was crazy. How long has that been going on? The whole fair and the Derby itself, how long has that been going on?
The Derby? Probably about 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably about that.
Yeah. And
maybe a little less.
Alexa was telling me that back in the day, there was no pit. It was flat.
Yep.
And just with a little fence.
Yep.
Bro.
Did people get hit?
No, I don't think anybody's ever been hit.
Oh, okay. I thought he was going to say, yeah, a couple. Well, one car went up and there was a little girl on the fence. That came real close.
First time I've ever seen that. Came real high on the burn.
Yeah. Yeah. That was scary, dude. Yeah. So when the cars got taken out, is there another field where you guys work on the cars?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, because a bulldozer or whatever, that big truck was just moving cars out of the way.
Picking them up by the fork.
And he would come back and just drop it. Just get turned flat.
You're like, hey, we got to get that thing running.
Hey, there's a guy still in it.
and then everybody needs parts for their car. Bolters just I need that. Just that thing.
Oh yeah,
apart.
picked it clean.
Yep.
Dude, the guy that won it, Tojo and I were talking.
Like the 13-year-old?
Yeah. Yeah, how old was he?
Probably about 17.
17? Okay, we exaggerated. We apologize. Episode 103.
17-year-old is a 13-year-old.
That is pretty
Let's
much,
be real.
yeah. But, part of the event was like, it's like it goes in phases, right? You have one phase and then 15 minutes to get your car going and then another. But as long as your car is running, you're in it, right?
Yep.
And we were joking with the girls when we came back. We were like, whatever's wrong with your car, it's fine.
Wait.
It's totally fine. Don't worry about it. Just if it won't, just
Spray some gasoline on it.
Keep cranking it. Put some gas in the carburetor. It'll fire up. Your car's fine. Yeah, because that thing was like a beer can, and he was still knocking cars out of the thing. And I heard that the Red Bull car just ran out of gas.
Really?
Yeah, because it was just sitting in the middle. I thought maybe engine trouble. No, just ran out of gas. Poor dude's just got to sit in there and wait for the thing to finish. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Which is good. He doesn't get messed up during that time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't hit the stopped car, right?
Hopefully it wasn't too damaged. You can bring it back in next year.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's talk about the Panda car. What the fuck happened to the Panda car?
I don't even know. It took a couple hits. What's crazy is we couldn't get it going. They said the distributor cap might have been out.
Okay.
But that was brand new, so I don't know how it went out that quick. But we took it out, and then I was like, hey, we'll just fix it up. We'll get it ready for next year. And he sends me pictures. He's like, the frame's is fucked.
No
the frame
kidding.
was all cracked. I was like, it probably took 2 hits.
Yeah. And one of them
Pull out the welder.
Yeah, but one of them was illegal.
Yes.
The car was stopped and it got hit.
Yeah.
That was Doug.
Was it Doug?
Doug doesn't give a shit.
Doug's king.
And I like
Derby.
I like how you said before the Derby, you were saying, you can't hit the driver's side door. Man, everybody's hitting that goddamn door.
Right? You shouldn't.
You should.
You shouldn't hit the driver's side door.
It's more of a gentleman's agreement.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna
All
do?
I know is you gotta pay attention because if you don't brace right, man, you're getting wrecked.
Yeah.
I saw some guys who weren't paying attention and they got hit from behind and they were like, whack.
Yeah.
Especially you got that big helmet on, and if you don't got the neck brace,
Oh, I can
Dude, some of
only
those guys had like bicycle
Yeah,
helmets.
this guy with a bicycle helmet on. Yeah, that guy don't give a shit about his life.
He's just like, we have to wear a helmet.
Yeah.
Helmet.
I'm meeting code.
It's DOT approved. Look. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And then the crews, the guys helping people get the cars on, it's all cowboy boots and it's all mud, and these guys are sprinting across the mud in the cowboy boots. Who's the one kid that was running? We met him the first night at your mom's place.
He's like running the
15-year-old kid.
Like the rodeo and stuff.
Yeah, he was running something in the rodeo.
Lelo.
Lelo.
Yeah.
Lelo, I don't know how the hell he didn't fall because he was running and he looked like he was going to fall every step he took.
He is always falling. He just catches himself.
Well,
He is not a graceful kid.
That was the hardest working guy at the Derby.
Oh, he was
dude.
working his ass off.
sprinting everywhere, dude. It was hilarious. Yeah, man. Yeah. So is he one of your? Is he a cousin of yours or?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lives right next door to me. His mom actually was raised really similar like my sister. She lived with us for my childhood. So.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep.
Okay. Wow. All right.
So he's in
those kids
town
are
all the
always-
time then?
Yep.
It was because it was kind of hard to tell like who was visiting and who was like who lives in town. Like your
Yeah.
brother is
Yeah.
visiting from Denver. Jesus, that was a long drive that he must have had to drive.
Yeah.
How long does that take?
I think it's a 14-hour drive.
Oh, fuck that. That's
And he said he did it in one go, right?
You just take a shot, dude. Especially if you're bringing kids. Try to hit that at night. Let them sleep the whole
Those kids
way.
are gonna sleep. Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh, man.
I like. I'm gonna complain about like driving to like to LA here in a couple weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
LA,
How far
it's
is that
4
drive?
hours
4
away.
hours.
Yeah. I complain about the Vegas drive.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's 5 hours.
Man, I'm sore.
Yeah. Yeah, we go to Rocky Point about 2-3 times a year. That's like 4.5 hours. I still complain. I gotta stop. Oh,
I haven't
God, we're
been
getting
since
gas.
college. I forgot.
Yeah.
like how long it takes.
It's
to
like
get
4.5 hours. Like 5 hours. Like in 5 hours, like I'm there. I've set up my trailer and I'm taking a nap.
Nice.
So that's not bad. That's
Yeah.
not bad. Yeah.
I mean, I think just we get used to driving, so it's
Yeah.
not a big deal.
Yeah.
Find something cool.
Yeah, it's
Listen to a
kinda
nice
nice.
podcast.
Hey, listen to this one, damn it.
We do.
The Bill one. Everyone always
Oh,
complains
my
about how.
God.
So Bill, the guy I was telling you about, we did a podcast with him. It was like 3 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. I was like, I'm gonna
Skip.
Go to this other one over there.
That one's for the Denver drive. Save that one for
Exactly,
Denver.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually like we had a great time.
We had
That
a
was
great
fun
time.
one.
Yeah?
It's a good listen. It's just get through the first half hour where we talk about his butthole.
We did talk about his butthole.
I kind of want to
Yeah.
listen to it now.
Oh man.
Bill's a good dude. I think you would have had a good role with him too.
Yeah?
He's fun. Yeah.
So I don't suppose there was a jiu-jitsu academy in Galeana when you were a white belt getting your blue belt.
Oh no.
So how were you training and who were you training with?
At that point, I was. So when I moved down, I was trying to find something because I don't do good in gyms. I can't can't hold myself accountable. I need a team.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I started boxing. Started trying to figure something out. And then I had a little 10x10 mat. Started training my kids.
Okay.
Then a couple more neighbor kids showed up. Started doing that. And then two of my cousins got in an altercation in Casas Grandes. And they're like, hey, we got jumped. It wasn't fun. We need something. So I was like, all right, I'll train some adults now.
Yeah.
So I just started going over like self-defense stuff and just, working a couple things with them on that. Just little by little, it just kept going. So I got to the point I told them, hey, I think I had probably like 8 adults that I was training at this time before I met Hector.
Yeah.
And I was just like, look, guys, I can't give you guys anything. Like there's nothing I can do for you guys other than give you guys what I know. And I'll do the best at that with that, I didn't charge for the adult classes for 2 years. I wouldn't charge them and just show up and I'll train you guys.
Yeah.
The kids too. I think I went a while without charging the kids.
And how long did you go with the 10x10?
Gracias. And that's right.
Oh, thanks.
Sure. I'll take one of the Evil Knievels, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
I didn't want you to drink too much. You'd fall asleep because you're old.
Oh, no, I'm gonna. It's gonna be a. Is he out? Yeah, just leave him alone.
Yeah, we'll just talk. We'll talk without him.
So
Dad's asleep.
So did you have the 10x10 the whole time, or did you expand the mat?
I had to expand it pretty quick. I got some gymnastic mats for a while.
Yeah, everybody does.
Yeah.
So the gym how it is now, it's awesome. When was that iteration?
Probably about a year ago. Well, once I hooked up with Hector, he got a mat guy, and I was like, I like your mats. I want to get some mats like yours. Mm-hmm. So he helped me out with that, got me connected, and then it just started growing. Like I was watching videos of how it was just.
Thank you.
I think it was 20 by 10. Then it went to 20 by 14, and just started just boom, boom. And then one day I was just like, I'm just going to go wall to wall.
Hell yeah.
You know, it was crazy because at first I think I had a capacity for 10 kids. I was like, the most I'll take is 10 kids. Yeah. And then I had a wait list. Nice. And then my wait list would hit, I had 6 kids waiting to get in. I was like, I need to buy more mats. I can't do this. I need more mats. I can't have 6 kids on the waiting list. Yeah. So I'd buy more mats. And then 16 kids, right, boom, filled it up. Wow. Then the wait list started again. You have
16 is actually
kids.
Really good.
Yeah.
16 kids?
For that town, you know what I mean? That's really good.
So I got up to 25 kids per age group.
Wow.
Per age group.
It's really not that impressive because there's so many kids per family there. Every family has 10 kids.
Good point. You know what? You're slacking.
Yeah, I'm slacking. I need a bigger place.
You need a bigger place. That's exactly what you need.
So what's your dimensions right now? Because it's a 3-car, well, not a 3-car garage. It's a 3 garage door garage, but it's not what we would consider. Like you could fit 2 cars in each one of those doors.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's what is it, like 44 by 20? I think.
Yeah, it seems right. Yeah,
it's a decent amount of space for sure.
Yeah.
Dude,
and you have an office on one side.
Bathroom.
You have like a gym and your like kind of like front desk area, like on one side, on the other side.
Nice bathroom with a shower.
Yeah. It's a fucking sweet setup.
It is a sweet setup.
And it's been modified a good 8 times now. It just kept growing and growing and growing.
Yeah.
Plus you have that like the rooftop.
The rooftop thing. That's sweet, dude. Yeah, we went up there the first day. We were so awkward. Like, okay, so we were talking about this yesterday. We got up in the morning, the first morning we were there, and we get up and walking outside, just like, oh, how'd you sleep? That kind of talk. And the sun's coming up. You can see the little mountains in the distance. You know what I mean? It's just quiet. It's just very quiet. And we're like, so what do we do? I don't know. He said coffee at 8.
It's like 6.
Yeah. And like, you want to go just walk around? He's like, yeah. So we end up walking in your backyard, going up on the little, up on the little terrace, I guess that it is, right above the gym, and we're just looking, and it's just enjoying the quiet. Yeah. And then it's so funny because like later on that day, we're just kind of wandering. We don't know what to do, and Mario's like, why don't you just go in my house? Like, you're welcome. Like, we don't know. Like,
don't want to overstep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's all family there. You walk into anybody's house. You can knock on the door of the neighbor and be like, hey, you got coffee? And be like, yeah, come on in.
Yeah. And your mom was awesome, man. She was cooking for like 20 people.
Every day.
Every day. Like, I would text Amy. I was like, I'm on my way to Thanksgiving. I mean, breakfast.
No, she is awesome. Big help.
We ate well, that's for sure. I ate better than you guys because you guys all got sick.
I made weight. That's what I call it. I just made weight, and no shit, I came back. I was 178 pounds.
I think there was shit involved.
2 days.
Oh yeah.
There was a lot of shit.
There was a lot of shit.
He was
involved.
sick for 2 days when we got back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't right. And then
Keith said the same thing. He's like, I had to get pumped full of stuff, and he was roughing it.
Soft. You guys are soft.
I am soft. I've told you that.
True.
I don't hide that. But I don't know how it happened, but it happened.
I think there was just a bug going on or something down there. Because there was my brother-in-law got sick. A couple other people got real sick.
Okay.
That one day with the tacos when it was like really hot outside and the flies were everywhere.
Oh, yeah. That was rough.
I was like, I'm surprised that's not the day. I think that was the day Keith got sick, right?
Keith got sick the next day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keith got sick the next day. You're right.
Yeah, he walked into the woods to go throw up,
Ah.
like a gentleman.
At the Derby?
Yeah.
At the Derby, he just like left.
Yeah.
He's like, I need to go.
Yeah, we were at the
Hiding
rodeo.
behind a sombrero.
Yeah.
We were at the rodeo, and I'm like, man, I just don't feel right. And I'm sitting there, and it was hot, but they had the sail shade, so it wasn't that bad. I was like, nah, there's something wrong. And then I just look over. I lean over to Sal. I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna bail. And then I just ducked under the stairs there, or I'm sorry, the seating, the stadium seating.
Yeah.
And I walked over just to get some air, and I was like, man, this isn't working.
You know, I didn't even think about it. Were you probably not what everyone wants to hear? Were you having diarrhea or were you throwing up?
Both.
Okay.
So
'Cause
first
I was like, it could have been heat stroke if it was just like vomiting.
No, it wasn't. It
You guys
wasn't.
are from Phoenix. I don't think you guys got heat stroke down there.
He stays in the air conditioning.
I do.
Yeah.
Um,
None of us here can handle our heat. Everyone thinks that. It's like, no, we just hide inside.
yeah, everybody's like, oh, it's not that bad. It's a dry heat. Bitch, you're in the AC 90%
All day long.
of the time. Don't lie to me.
The only heat you have to deal with is like the 10 seconds from your door to your car.
And you complain the entire 10 seconds.
You're running.
Yeah.
Just get through this.
Yeah, I remember I was laying there. I was laying in bed, and it was the night where you were making steaks, and it was like, I knew I was
that was the
missing out.
night to be. That was such a cool night. The last night was the best night.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying
I'm
that.
glad you missed out on
Fucking
that.
asshole.
You fucking pussy.
So I was sitting there, and I'm like, I just don't feel right. And I'm like, well, maybe I'll just sleep it off. It'll be fun. And I had to throw up. I knew I had to throw up, and I should have. I think there was a moment when I was falling asleep, and I stopped fighting, throwing up, and it just came up. And I'm like, my clothes. Boom! I just fucking threw up all over my dirty clothes. And it was like perfect. It was a perfect shot. I was so proud of myself. And then I was like, oh, thank God. Oh, here it comes again. And I run to the bathroom, dude, and kapow.
It honestly probably would have been easier to clean it off the floor.
No, I just washed my clothes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Yeah.
Then you get your puke all in their fucking washing machine.
You know what? Mario got me sick.
It is true. It is your fault.
I have kids. I've seen worse.
Oh, man.
And then
Yeah.
Sal was like in the boat with me where we're like, oh, we're not getting sick. These fuckers all got sick. And then the last day he was sick.
I feel so bad for him.
That
because-
drive, that
can you
3-hour
imagine?
drive when you're like, just like, I don't know if I'm going to shit myself or throw up.
Well, it was more like a 2-hour drive because fucking
90 kilometers
90
per hour.
kilometers an hour. I remember that.
He's like, this thing's in miles per hour. He's like, oh, shit.
Man, we hit the border crossing. I'm like, we're here already? Holy shit. And it wasn't like one of those, oh, that 4 hours went by fast. No, it was like 2. It was
Yeah.
like 2.5 hours we were at the border crossing. It took us longer to get across the border than it took from Galeana to the border.
Oh, and talk about an airport that doesn't give a fuck. I was like, do I need to take my laptop out of my bag? They're like, no.
No.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have knives? Good. Get on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need
Check your
those.
gun,
They
please.
don't give a shit. They didn't give a shit. It was like, it was weird. It was weird.
Yeah, I've talked about it before with people. It's like the NSA, or not NSA, what?
TSA.
They're such those motherfuckers because like it doesn't matter what airport you're at, you're gonna do it wrong because they're all different and they all treat you like you're fucking stupid. They're like they're like you didn't know to take your laptop out of your bag, and I was like, well, Houston didn't make me do it.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
Like it's just like
There's no standard.
no, there's
Yeah.
no standard, and it's like, what have you guys found? A fucking like a Swiss Army knife?
Yeah.
Like nothing. They haven't saved shit.
I lost
Go
my.
fuck yourself.
I lost my. What do you call it? My. Oh shit! It was a pocket knife. It was a fold-out pocket knife because I totally forgot it was in my bag.
You had to toss it.
Well, I should have checked my bag. The guy's like, just check it. You can have your knife. And I was like, no, I want my. It's being stupid. Like I didn't use anything.
Yeah.
It was an hour flight. You know what I mean? I didn't
Yeah.
need anything, so I should have checked it. But that was just stupid. So for those of you that are idiots like me and you leave a really nice knife in your bag, just check it.
Yeah.
You
Turns
get
out
your
you can
knife
buy new ones though.
back. I know, but it was Benchmade.
Sentimental one, man.
Yeah, it was a Benchmade. I'm not going to spend that kind of money
You
anymore.
should just be like Kelsey because Kelsey's got knives through security.
Does she?
Yeah. She's like box cutters and stuff from work. She had them in her bag and they just didn't find it.
No shit.
Yeah.
Dude, this guy, this thing was like in the bottom of a pouch.
Don't tell Al Qaeda. You just got to have white girls.
Just gotta have white chicks.
Yeah.
Bring your box
They don't
cutters.
check their shit.
Yeah,
No.
they don't check the white girls for some reason.
Apparently, that's how you get shit onto planes. Yeah, there was one time we went to Houston, and we had to circle a bunch of times because my sister and I were on different flights. And
wait, circle like driving or,
yeah,
or the airplane?
Driving. So I got there first, and my brother.
Hey,
and I,
can you go do a lap? We still gotta wait for my sister. The pilot's like, sure.
Just one more. Quit being a bitch. But she comes out and she starts running. I'm like, what are you doing? She goes, I got a bunch of edibles and there's a dog in there.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I honestly just don't care. Like I brought weed to Mexico. Like,
Oh, you're lucky you didn't end up like, I'm just saying.
like what's his name?
Yeah.
You heard about that?
Yeah.
Hector's boy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, poor guy.
He's laughing.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
laughing. Yeah, but that kind of sucks. But here's the thing. Like, for instance, that knife that I had, I normally have my travel bag
Yeah.
that I never put anything in. So, you know, I have a concealed carry, blah, 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 all that shit. So I have stuff with me. But whenever I travel, I make sure that nothing like that has ever been in this bag.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's what I've traveled, except that one fucking time.
Yeah.
I took my, anyway.
That's what he said. I was like, I don't ever have it in that bag.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was doing in there. He's like, I've crossed that border with this bag several times.
With that shit in it.
With that shit in it. This is just the timing. I was just
Yeah,
like,
just-
where was it? I've been looking for it.
But they fucked him too. Like 5 years.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, not jail. So everybody knows, not jail. He
Yeah,
just can't.
he just can't come back to the
the
United States
States.
for 5 years.
Yeah, they just can't come back.
Which I was like really looking forward to because I think I only rolled with him no gi. I wanted to roll with him gi one more time.
Dude, he's a beast.
Good.
Yeah.
He's a beast.
He's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I was rolling with him and I was holding my own, I was like, oh, he's taking it easy on me
Well,
because
that's
I saw his
you're
last
old.
roll.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
because
saw
I'm
your
old.
gray hair and he's
Hey
like,
man,
yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take it. So yeah, I had a strategy.
Being
Back,
respectful.
yeah. So I had a strategy when I was like when I started jiu-jitsu, I was already a Masters 3. So I started late. Yeah, I was in my 40s. So what I would and I went gray. I started going gray at 16. So I had yeah. Not kidding. Not kidding. Like and it wasn't like cool gray like on the side. There's some fucking wiry shit coming out of my head. It was just straight up but what I would do is before a big tournament, I'd grow my beard and my hair out because I look like dog shit. I look old as fuck with a beard. So these guys were like, oh God, I feel so sorry for this guy. It'd buy me a minute. It would buy me one good minute, and then I'd fucking get a couple points, and they're like, oh shit, old man Rivers whipping my ass.
That's
So,
some black belt strategy.
that's
there.
right. You're damn right it is. You're damn right it is. So yeah, grow your shit out. Be proud.
They were just scared.
No, they weren't scared. They weren't scared.
Not of you.
Yeah. No, of course not. Of course not. So you brought a team for Jiu-Jitsu World League, which
Yeah.
is awesome. And were these kids that you're bringing up, you brought like, what, 20 kids?
I have 15.
15? How many of them were like the original, the OGs that started with you back in the day?
Oh, geez. Got to do some math now.
Yeah.
Like 8?
Wow. That's cool.
Jeez, That's awesome.
That's so cool.
How long was the drive up again?
It took us about 8 hours.
Could you imagine, like, just like that? And that's like the closest tournament to you guys, really. Like, I don't think
No,
there's
we
an
go
El
to
Paso
El
open, is
Paso, yeah.
Is there an El Paso open?
No, there's not an open. They have. I mean, we go to like the Nagas and stuff.
Okay.
Oh, like, but like as far as like, I mean, I think Jiu-Jitsu World League, IBJJF, ADCC opens
Yeah.
when they have them.
Yeah.
Like those are like the big tournaments. Like you guys have to drive or fly a long distance.
Yep.
And you guys do
for
it.
us, we have to drive 3 hours just to hit an airport.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's
yeah.
like another.
Is there a
another
Chihuahua
4.
airport?
Yeah, that's also 3 hours from me.
Right. No. But but that flies like. Can you fly into El Paso? I mean, obviously that wouldn't be worth it necessarily because you're.
Not for me, but I mean, it's and I feel like the airport there, the flights are not quite there.
Uh-huh.
So you have to a lot of connecting flights and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and it's kind of a hassle. Like
Okay.
a lot of these guys end up driving to El Paso to fly, anyways.
Oh, okay.
So
They're just better flights.
my neighbor Victor, he's from Nogales, and he was telling me like when we went to Cabo, and he's like, oh, what you know, how much was your flight? And I told him, he's like, no. He goes, you drive into Mexico, and then you fly from there. And it's like super cheap, and I'm like, fuck, he's right.
You drive 8 hours to the closest airport.
The border's not that far from here.
Yeah, but where's the closest airport?
I can't remember. He said he's
Hermosillo, maybe?
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe.
Probably.
How far is that?
It's about 8 hours, I think.
8 hours. Yeah. I don't
Or
mind.
Maybe 6 hours. Maybe 6 hours.
I wouldn't mind the 6 hours there.
Yeah.
To save the money for the flight.
Yeah.
I would hate it on the way home, because I'm
Yeah, you're
number one.
beat
I'm gonna
after
be
a
hungover.
vacation,
Yeah.
I
and-
took the bus. There's a bus that goes from Hermosillo to to Tucson to Phoenix and I don't think it goes to Flagstaff, but it's like one of those like buses that just goes back and forth.
You're cheap ass.
Where did you fly to?
We Cabo.
To Cabo?
Yeah, we've run from Phoenix to Cabo.
And that he was telling you to drive to Hermosillo to get a flight to
No, well,
Cabo?
he said drive into Mexico and it's cheaper to fly once you're in Mexico. And I was like, oh, okay, that sounds good.
I mean, sometimes. I mean, it depends on the airport too.
Yeah.
Because like, I mean, there's like when I go to Oaxaca, it's cheap,
Yeah.
but you got to go to Mexico City and wait 4 hours. And,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Because that's much farther south, right?
yeah, it's pretty. I mean, it takes us about. I think it's at least a 12-hour flight
Yeah.
Whew.
for
Yeah.
us, but it's not far. It's 2 hours to Mexico City and then an hour flight from there. But
2-hour flight to Mexico City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
from Chihuahua.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's not expensive, but it's.
What does it cost from Chihuahua to Mexico City? What does that cost?
Oh, I have no idea. I don't remember that one. Maybe $150.
That's awesome.
That's not bad.
That's one place that I've like really wanted to go.
Mexico City?
Mexico City?
Yeah, because I want to go visit like the pyramids and shit that's around there. And
Mexico City, dude, Hector goes there once a month.
he was telling me he's like he has a condo like right by
Yep.
the airport. I guess
Yep.
he's like, hey, if you want to go there, let me know.
Yeah.
Stay in my condo.
Heck yeah.
So
this is the first I'm hearing of this.
I've definitely told. He's old. He forgets
Yeah,
everything.
this is the first I'm hearing of this.
It's the first time he's remember hearing.
I'm
it.
so fucking mad right now.
I definitely told him about this in Mexico. Oh wait, that's probably why he was drinking mezcal.
Dude, that mezcal was so good. And I'm not really into like the peaty, smoky thing, but that mezcal was fucking good.
It was.
Both bottles we had. I mean, did I say two? Anyway, both bottles were amazing.
They go down smooth.
They go down smooth.
Whatever we had the shot of in your kitchen, that stuff was really good too.
Oh, we killed that fucking thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to say on the road, but we killed that thing on the road.
Yeah. It was on the road.
Yeah. It was me, mainly me, Mark, and Sal.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
and
I
then
wasn't-
Keith was hitting a little bit,
I know how liquor
Sal
goes.
wasn't drinking.
No?
No,
He
remember
wasn't?
That's why he got to drive.
Oh, that's right.
He was drinking the
That's
least.
right.
Yeah, he was drinking the least. That's better said.
Yeah, I remember the Carta Blanca.
Don't drink
that
and
were
drive,
good.
ladies and gentlemen.
Don't drink and drive.
No.
That's not okay.
We are not endorsing
Yeah.
that.
No, absolutely not.
No.
And who said we were?
No, we weren't.
We were not. I wasn't driving. I was in the back of the Suburban. I couldn't see shit.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm always.
Do as we say, not as we do.
That's right. That's right. God damn it. Yeah, man. Yeah, no. So I want to talk a little bit more about the history of because here's the thing. Every time I tell people like we're going to Mexico and we tell people about Rocky Point, they're like, oh, that's not too bad. But then we're telling them we're going like 3 hours deep.
Like real Mexico.
Yeah, into Mexico.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my gosh, it's so dangerous. It's this, that. I don't know, man. I didn't feel like threatened once.
Mm-mm.
It was all welcoming. It wasn't like, because that area has a history that, and it's been, I think that it's been blown up, by media and all that. Rightfully so. I mean, some things have happened.
Yeah.
But the reality is like, it wasn't like anything I'd heard on the news, on any kind of media. They were like, oh, there's gun nests and there's lookouts and there's all of this shit. I was like, no, there's not.
Right. Yeah. No.
And we were all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, is that something like, how do you overcome that? Like, how does that work?
I mean, I think there's for sure truth to all of what's getting put out there. I mean, it can be dangerous. There's dangerous areas. I don't want to tell everybody, hey, it's safe. Everybody come down here.
Yeah.
You got to be careful.
Yeah.
You gotta know what you're doing. But I think it's, it is blown up by the media a lot. There's a lot of stuff. But I mean, you still send your kids to school.
Yeah.
If people, every other country that sees what's going on in the U.S. and the school shootings, it'd be like, yeah,
Don't go to America.
don't go to
Don't go to
America.
America.
You can't
Yeah.
send your kids to school.
Yeah.
Everyone's, and it's kind of that, but there's also truth to that too.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
is there things that we got to watch out for and take care of and take our the precautions necessary? Sure.
Yeah.
Like we stay away from, hey, there's guys that are fighting for turf over there. Well, make sure you're not there at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
the same thing I tell people when they go to Rocky Point. I mean, it's a pretty safe area. But don't be adventurous.
Yeah.
Don't go anywhere you don't know where you're going.
I mean, I wouldn't be going out getting drunk with people I don't know.
Right.
Yep.
that's sketchy.
Yeah.
I mean, my like, so I've gone to different parts of Mexico, obviously Rocky Point, but I've been to Hermosillo, now Chihuahua. It's like, I always go though with like locals.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I feel like it's a lot easier that way. I just like, it's like, be smart. Like, don't just like, you know, be an asshole. Like, be the you got to respect that you're in a different place that you're not familiar with. And like, there's too many people. Like, Rocky Point is like different because it's like, I don't know if it is like that anymore. But like when I was in college, it was like all the college kids were like, let's go to Rocky Point, get drunk, be assholes, right? Because that's kind of like that's what that town was to a lot of like college aged Americans.
Yeah.
You can't go do that everywhere.
So Rocky Point. Rocky Point is mostly people my age. That's
These
really
days?
that's really
Yeah.
it. That's really
Yeah.
it. It's a bunch of middle-aged people getting drunk and being assholes until like 8 p.m.
I got to go to bed.
Yeah. Then they got to go to bed.
But I mean, that's kind of
My
like the
knees
key is like, just don't be an asshole.
Don't be an asshole. So, and there are some like that. Amy and I were talking about this last June when we went up for the music festival. And we were just saying, oh, the crowd's getting younger. And I was like, yep, there's going to be fights here next year. That's what happens. You know, the young crowd, it just gets.
I mean, are they getting younger? Is like the age group staying the same age? You just
Yep. That's what I was going to say.
Maybe I'm going to. Holy shit.
Look at those young ass 50-year-olds.
Look at those young ass 48-year-olds. Fucking pieces of shit. They're going to ruin it
There
for
goes
everybody.
the neighborhood.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. And this is going to sound awful, but it's like the girls are dressing like younger. So that tells me that they're younger. I'm just saying.
He's seeing some titties and he doesn't know how to.
I don't know how to handle titties. Okay, I don't know how to do it. But
just look ahead.
just look.
Eyes in front.
Yeah. But same thing. Like, and don't be rude. Don't fucking be rude. Like,
There's no reason to be.
No,
you're
no.
on vacation.
but you're
the
not.
fuck do you got to do?
You're not in your home.
Yeah.
Right. So when somebody comes up to you with like a hat or a shirt or whatever for sale, just no, thank you. And you know what? They go away.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, don't look at them and go, you know, don't fucking do that.
Yeah.
And by the way, the taxi drivers, they'll fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Be nice. Taxi, no
Just
thanks.
buy the Coke.
Yeah, just buy the Coke. Just buy the Coke. It's fine.
You'll love it. You'll love it.
Enjoy yourself. You're in Mexico.
It's so good it'll ruin your life. That's how good cocaine is. Oh my God.
But too many people just want to be like in somewhere they're not familiar with and just get drunk and be stupid. And it's like, drink, have a good time, but like, don't get fucking stupid.
Yeah, man.
Like you get away with that, like when you're, like you said, in your hometown where you know everybody or whatever, or you're with people you know.
It's different. Yeah.
It's different. You
Yeah.
got to know how to be around people like when you're not around your people.
Yep. And I correct people when they're rude. I'm like, hey man, don't fucking do that. Just say no, thank you. You know what I mean? That
like
person.
when you take people down to Rocky Point and stuff.
That person trying to sell you something is not less than you.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't fucking treat them that way.
Ooh, I would not let that happen either. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck
so
that.
yeah.
That's rough.
But people don't know, they don't know how to act. I think some of it's nerves. You know, they're insecure, stuff like that. So they just react by acting like they're better than.
Yeah.
And I don't fucking let that happen.
I mean, it's their hustle, it's their life, you know, and you don't understand it, and you might be on a 3-day bender getting tired, and I already said no. Like, why you guys keep coming around. It's like, they're trying to get
their hustle, dude. It's the hustle, man. Yeah. Eventually, you're gonna break, and you're gonna buy that little. You're
Give
gonna
me
buy,
the chicles, a little bit.
Now they get whatever they want.
Yeah,
they get whatever they want. As a matter of fact, like one time, I think I paid $10 for like a couple of those chiclet things and a. What's the one that it's like a bread almost? It's like a
peanut one.
Yeah, the peanut one.
Mazapan.
Oh, I hate that shit.
Dude, I paid $10.
Oh, I hate those.
You don't like those?
No, because it's peanut, and you're like, you think it's gonna be like peanut butter, and it's just like powdered peanuts.
It's fantastic.
Oh, I love those things.
It's fantastic.
It's like eating a fucking mouthful of cinnamon.
I paid $10
when I would come up to work, my mom would send me boxes of mazapans. Like, thanks, mom. I needed this.
Yeah, man. And what's that like for, because you guys are so family oriented? What was it like for your mom, having her sons move away?
That was a question for her. I'm not sure what that was like.
Yeah, why isn't Ruthie
I moved
here?
out.
Yeah, we should have brought Ruthie here.
I actually was like, Mom, you want to go on this podcast with me?
She's like, what's a podcast?
No. What am I going to say?
Yeah, man. Well, we would get the skinny on your whole life.
She's probably got lots of stories.
Bro, we'd be holding pictures to the camera.
Yeah.
Like, this is him. Look how he dressed himself.
This will be the 4-hour podcast. Be like, Mario, shh.
Yeah.
I'm just cringing over here in the corner like,
You didn't have to tell him about that time I shit myself.
I was 28. I was little.
But your brother's in town too.
yeah.
Dude, we had a great time with your brother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's fucking
fun.
great,
Oh,
dude.
man. He took us.
He was laughing.
I guess you already told this story. He took us bunny blasting and
Yeah.
in the pecan fields.
But he was
which is
just laughing
awesome.
because we were just talking shit to each other.
Oh, man. He had a
the
great
entire time.
I assume he had a great time. He seemed like he was having a great time with us.
We were talking mad shit. It was so funny.
Oh, and Sal was in the back
Yeah.
with you, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
So your brother is driving. He's got one hand on the wheel and the friggin' spotlight out the window, and he was fucking spotting him, dude. I mean, he's got an eye, right?
It ain't his first rodeo.
Yeah, no, he's been doing it a while. He's been doing it a while. Yeah. So I mean, I was getting like I guess like maybe 20 shots per rabbit, maybe.
Like 100. Like the one time I was like, I'm tracking
the
this
little,
rabbit.
The little reloader I got came in handy.
Oh,
yeah.
That
Dude, I
was
was tracking this
fantastic.
rabbit and Alex is shooting at it and I'm just like, pop, 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 pop. I'm like, would you fucking aim?
He was moving. He was moving. I was leading him.
Stop for a second. He'll stop.
Yeah, that was the first time I opened that reloader, and I'm hearing you guys' story. I'm like, I forgot to ask him. That came in handy.
Yeah, it came in real handy. Oh my god, yeah.
Their fingers looked fine from they were loading them this way.
I've loaded plenty of 22 in my day.
Yeah. But Sal said that he had been up there. He had been down there before. Just him.
Yep.
And what was that about? Like he just said, "I want to come out."
He was one of my buddies.
Yeah.
And then I've been trying to get him down for years.
Okay.
And then he was about to have his first kid, and I was like, dude, once you have this kid, your wife's never gonna let you come down here.
That's true.
Get over
That's
here,
true.
come and hang out with me. So he came for a weekend. Same thing. Picked him up at the airport, brought him down, hung out for a weekend. He's like, all right, this is cool. Just like,
It was cool, man.
Let's go down for Christmas.
I can't. Maybe I can. Why can't I?
Yeah. Why can't you?
I'm a grown up.
Yeah. Who's stopping you?
Yeah.
Jesus?
But no.
this is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Christmas.
That's
is
what he
like,
said. He's like the festival and Christmas time.
But what's the deal with Christmas? What do you guys do?
I mean, there's no festival going on, but you have a lot of people. So you get like a lot of get-togethers. Like, hey, I haven't seen my buddies in a long time. My dad just let me have a sheep. Let's roast this up, bring some beers, we're gonna hang out.
Yeah.
Bring your family, let's hang out.
So kind of like the
and then
last
you do
night,
that.
it was like that. Basically, everyone just get togethers, have fun,
like
drinks.
every other day.
Wow.
Then it's just a different group of friends, right? It's like this guy did it this day, and he's like, hey, this guy showed up. He's like, he wants to do this, or there's a party. We make excuses to throw parties all the
How
time.
cold does it get in the winter there?
I would say, I mean, it can get cold. Like we get probably a low of 19 degrees.
Because you guys are at like right around 5,000 feet of elevation.
Wait,
yeah, no,
is that
lower,
Fahrenheit?
Probably like 4,000. Yeah, Fahrenheit.
Okay. I got to make sure. I'm just saying.
He doesn't speak in metric.
I've tried. Like they're like, it's about 18 kilometers, and I'm just like,
Shit.
Just cut it in half, call it good. Give or take.
Yeah, just cut it in half.
Yeah.
But the temperature, that's too much math. I'm just like,
That's a lot of math.
Yeah, that's not straightforward math.
That's a lot of math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it does. I mean, it gets 19 degrees Fahrenheit some nights.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. I mean, average 50 degrees.
And I assume in the sun, it's fucking beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, winter's nice to be down there because it gets cold. It gets 30 degrees
Yeah.
at night, in the middle of the night, so you got to put a jacket on and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
But for the most part of the day, you're back to 60s.
It's so weird because you're like I think myself included, think of like, especially northern Mexico, like north of Mexico City, Mexico. I think of it as like desert. It's all desert. Like it's basically Arizona.
yeah, it's desert.
But it's not. Like you guys are much higher. We're at 1,200 here.
Yeah, you're at like what, 5,000?
I think
just went over this,
4,000.
4,000.
Sorry.
See, I told you he's old. He forgets.
I don't listen. That's my problem. I don't listen.
Ask Amy.
Well, actually, while he was talking, I was like, I shouldn't commit. I'm going to wait till we talk about this tomorrow.
Because you've been drinking?
Yeah.
Because you're just gonna agree to everything.
Yeah, I am. Absolutely.
Here,
I'll be there. Fuck
hey,
yeah.
Hey, let's buy the tickets right now. Hey, you already bought your plane ticket.
Right.
Or Thanksgiving.
Ooh, Thanksgiving would be nice.
Thanksgiving's mellow. I was actually telling these guys because last year we did. I invited all the Chihuahua guys because you don't really celebrate Thanksgiving in Mexico.
Okay.
So I was like, hey, come over. We'll have Friendsgiving.
Oh,
we had a
very
big
cool.
Thanksgiving party at my mom's house. And
That would be really
had
cool.
a lot of fun rolling,
Dude.
Because
that would be
Thanksgiving's not a real holiday.
It's not. It's
You
not.
have
just
you
a
have an
food holiday.
excuse for a long weekend. So.
Yeah.
So I have a buddy, Drew Croat. He lives in Wisconsin, and he lived here for like 9 years before he moved away. And
He
Drew,
purposely chose cold.
bro, he's from there originally. And when he was moving away, I was gonna miss him. I still miss him. He's a great guy. And he told me he was moving away, and he's like, yeah, going back to Wisconsin. I'm like, oh, that's cool, man. So like, you know, it's one of those things, the stars aligned, you know, jobs and all that. So I said, what's the name of your town? Because he was outside of like Milwaukee area. He goes, yeah, it's Germantown. I was like, wow, sounds diverse.
The Midwest is like all the towns like outside of like the main areas.
Yeah.
Like are all named after like Indian tribes.
Yeah.
So they're like, it's like Bemidji. And
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, what?
Yeah.
I can't even pronounce that.
Yeah.
I
So
think you pronounce it perfectly.
All right. Well, I'm from Minnesota, so I know all of the towns.
I know that shit.
You know what's funny is like, so I'm from Minnesota, and I know a lot of like the Minneapolis, St. Paul suburbs, and I know like, you know, Duluth. Bemidji's like actually one of like the bigger small towns, and like Duluth is like basically our Flagstaff, right? It's like the northern part. It's like right off the tip of Lake Superior.
And Duluth's Wisconsin, right?
No, Duluth's still Minnesota.
Still Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah, it's on that like bottom, like southwest corner of like the Lake Superior, where it like kind of comes to a peak. That's where it's at. But like people would be like, "Oh, I'm from Minnesota too. My family's from blah blah blah." And I'm like, never heard of it.
Yeah.
There is so like it's like the land of 10,000 lakes.
Yeah.
Every lake has a town or two. Some of them have two towns, like one on one side of the lake and one on the other side of the lake.
Yeah.
There's like a million tiny towns in Minnesota.
I
So
think
I'm
we
like,
did.
I've never heard of it.
I think we did a Lake Minnetonka kind of thing, like on a boat, and it was a bunch of salespeople.
Oh,
on
there's
this
a boat on a lake?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's this like they rented
water?
this boat. Yeah, on the water. Yeah.
With water.
So we were you know it's just a bunch of salespeople that are like caged animals, and we were drinking all day, and then all of a sudden like there was another boat that looks just like ours, like coming right at us, like real slow, and both boats are coming really slow, and they meet like this, and there's people in front that kind of hold it, and they're passing booze because we drank the thing dry. Yeah,
They're reloaded?
We fucking
Nice.
we had to reload the boat. But the thing is, like, as we're traveling on the boat, the people are like, "Oh yeah, that's the CE, or that's the family of like the Keebler Elf Cookie, whatever the fuck it's called."
Oh boy.
Yeah, mansions everywhere, and it's like I guess it's like the first or second highest like HQs for big companies.
Like the east side of the
Duluth.
United States, like basically the Midwest, the South, and the Northeast has like a lot of like random old money.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what state you're in. There's like you'll go some town and you'll be like, that mansion over there, that's the owner of whatever.
Yeah,
and you're like,
holy
no
shit. Yeah, and it's like right on the water, giant place.
Yeah.
Man. Like,
Lots of old money.
Everything you would expect.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know, but my friend Drew, he would do the Friendsgiving thing, and it was like, if you're invited, you have to bring something homemade. It has to be homemade, right? Because he's a foodie.
Fuck you.
He was a foodie, so he's a big foodie. So you walk in and there's a scale, and you step on the scale and they mark your weight. And whoever gains the most weight, it's like $20 you put in a pot.
I'd win the fuck
Whoever
out of this.
gains the most weight on the way out wins the pot.
Jeez.
I think the record was like 13 pounds.
How much is in the pot?
I don't know. Whoever shows up, you throw $20 in.
Oh, it's $20.
So it could be a couple $100.
Okay.
You know?
I
So,
win that every time.
oh, dude.
Well, you don't get diarrhea.
It's true. Yeah.
Easy.
I
I feel
hold on to it.
attacked.
I hold on to it.
I feel attacked. Listen, I made weight thanks to Mexico. Thanks to Mexico, I made weight.
Me too. My body's like, oh, we don't need to hold on to calories.
Just start shitting.
We are not in a deficit.
Oh, my God. Yeah. We were talking about, what were we talking about?
All sorts of shit.
Also,
The lake.
Yeah. The lake. God damn. That was a good time.
Is there any water near you guys, like lake-wise, or?
Yeah.
Because you're like right in the middle of.
I mean, I think there's a couple bodies of water. They have a couple dams and stuff, reservoirs and stuff that people go fishing at.
There's nothing up in those like mountains or anything like that.
Yeah, that's where they have some reservoirs. There's one about, I want to say about 2 hours away.
Okay.
Okay.
That's, a lot of guys go out and get some bass fishing in.
Okay. man, like looking over, like when we were at your cousin's house that was getting built, that fucking gigantic
The
house.
mansion?
Yeah. And we were like overlooking the pecan fields or whatever, and you can see that like mountain range that's like right in that south section of the southeast part of the town. Like, God, I'm like, those mountains look gorgeous.
Yeah.
They get snow out there?
Probably like once every 3 years.
Okay, so it's not like a snowy mountain range in the wintertime or anything. But man, it looked awesome. Like especially with like the backdrop, because the pecan fields are beautiful, right? Obviously, and then you have these awesome mountain range right behind it, and it's awesome.
We'll get snow caps, but it's real light and it goes away pretty quick. But
just melts away.
Yeah. We don't get a whole lot of snow.
Does that cousin of yours live here in the United States, or does he live in?
He lives in Austin.
Yeah, I thought he said he was from Austin.
Oh, okay. And his uncle is the one that owns the mountain, right?
I think it's Dad.
His dad.
So when he says he owns the mountain's pretty fucking big.
Yeah.
He owns the entire mountain?
I mean, other than what he owned it at one point. He sold quite a bit of it, but
no shit.
Well, like each one of those like little houses, right? Is like a little plot that he's selling to his family, right? They're all family pretty much, right?
Cousins, friends, yeah.
At first I felt really weird. Like we would drive up to somewhere and people were like, come in and look at my house.
Yeah.
I'm like, we don't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
they're like, they just wanted to show you like, it was really cool. Like
what we're
very
building.
modern. Right? And we were talking about, Tojo and I were talking about like everything out there is like steel and concrete.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's very
lumber.
I mean, I'm sure there's some lumber, but I mean, it was like, you couldn't see it, you know, but it was very, very modern, very cool looking homes.
Is steel just easier to get a hold of down there?
I mean, I don't know if it's easier. I think it's just cheaper than
lumber, really?
No, than how you would find it out here.
Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah.
You know?
Like you can't just go to like Home Depot or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's plenty of lumber houses built down there. There's plenty of them.
And there was one house I felt like we were almost breaking and entering. Remember, it was up on that hill.
Yeah.
Beautiful view.
Yep.
And it was like
by the house with the Roadrunner, whatever the fuck that thing was.
Yeah.
The big ass wing on it.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt whose house was that?
That's my buddy's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He's good.
Okay. All right. And there was like cameras.
I just
I'm
assumed
like,
we were somewhere with your buddy.
Yeah. There were cameras. I'm like, sorry. I don't know. But I have to pee.
and I need a view. I know this. We drive up mountains and we pee at people's houses.
We pee at people's houses.
He's like, I can't be offended. I mean, you have a little tiny dick. It's fine.
That's all it is. That's all it is. My tiny dick on camera.
Yeah, they're like,
yeah. But it adds 10 pounds.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool.
He's like, but then again, that is, child porn. You bring that little kid's dick everywhere.
Yeah. I just have big hands.
No, I think it's one of those things where people spend their whole life working out here. I moved out to start working when I was 14, 15.
Okay.
Working 12-hour days, just trying to make money.
Yeah.
And you're working hard to make something. So these guys, it's like, this is my dream house. I've been working so hard, and look what I've built.
Wow. Yeah.
And then they see your buddy. He's like, dude, look what I've been working on. Come and check this out. Mm-hmm. They're excited to show it. It's their pride and joy. It's like, this is where I'm gonna come home to.
Yeah.
We're gonna have parties here. I'm gonna host you guys here. We're gonna do this. And they find a lot of joy. I mean, look, when Bill showing us his house, he was, passionate about it. Look at what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
Look what
very
I came
passionate.
up with here.
How old is he?
He's gotta be.
He's in his 20s, right?
Oh yeah.
Like 26 or something.
Yeah.
No, he's got to be 30 at least now.
Yeah.
Maybe 28.
Okay.
Yeah, he seemed like pretty young.
He's young.
Yeah.
He's definitely like very passionate.
Well,
about his house.
he started that house in his mid-20s, right? I mean, and
What did he say? He said it would take him like 5 years.
5 years, 5 years to get it to the point where it is now.
He's got to be 30.
And his dad's like, fuck that, right? For most people, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, that's his son. So he's like, all right, you can take your time. But
He gets
that
a
was
pass.
I think it's on the backside, so he doesn't care anymore. He's like, you're ruining my view when I drive up to my house. You can do that shit on the back.
But all those houses look great. Like, what was the guy, the blue belt?
Albert?
The smaller guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, like his little, he's like, is it 2 bedrooms?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the 2 bedroom. And it's still like, that was like
Very
the last
cool.
one. Like right after it started raining, we went to his house or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that was a sweet little, vacation home.
Yeah.
That was perfect.
Good for him.
Yeah.
What's his relation to you? Just friend or?
He's a cousin somewhere. Yeah, he's a cousin.
Somehow.
Yeah. He was a nice dude.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
His mom and my grandma are sisters.
Oh, okay.
My favorite part of the rodeo was like if every third person that was riding an animal, last name was LeBarron.
Yeah.
Yeah, we established this down there. She's like, if you have to ask who's related, answer is yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just yes.
Yeah.
Some way, somehow.
Probably.
Some way, somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or married into it, right?
Yeah, man. As I have a photo in my saved in my phone. It's like the three of us walking at the fair with the little flags. I don't know who sent it to me, but it's fucking it. Literally, like for me, it depicts like the whole trip. Beautiful day, just sunny, just walking with friends. Like I had zero stress when I was out there.
Yeah,
there was zero stress.
I 100% did not put your Jeep in a ditch.
Yeah,
That was my fault.
right?
No.
That was my fault. He was driving, but I was like, "Oh, there's a trash can." I said, "Pull towards the trash can." I said, "Throw my soda bottle in it," and then we're like, "All right, hit it." Boom. We hit. It was like a concrete thing, right? That
Yeah, it was like
ditch.
like an irrigation ditch.
I watched that whole happen. I was just like,
And then he goes,
I thought Tojo was good at this stuff. No.
"No, that was my fault." And then he goes, "Watch this," and he puts it in 4-wheel drive. It's not moving. There's no traction. You know, we're at, so. Yeah,
It was definitely your Jeep's fault.
Yes.
Man, you need to work on that thing.
you have a weak Jeep. You have a weak Jeep. Got to work on that shit.
It's not Tojo proofed.
That's right when I started feeling like shit.
Yeah, that was the day, huh?
Right,
Because that
right-
was when we
right
were.
about then.
It was your shitty driving.
Yeah.
Shit driving.
Your shitty
Wait,
driving
hold on.
gave him the shits.
It's a shitty direction.
That might have been part of it.
He put us in.
You know
the
what?
ditch.
That trash can probably did it to me.
Yeah, you
So
should
the
just thrown
stomach
in the
bug
back.
did all of this.
All of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
should've known.
I probably got Sal sick. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was eating your vomit.
Well, I was spitting in his drink.
Yum.
Poor Sal.
Poor Sal.
Man, I just love when we were driving in a town and he was driving and he just fucking hit that speed bump.
Dude,
like,
he hit it
full speed.
at full speed.
Oh, I loved it. My head was already touching the roof.
Like, twink.
Yeah, man.
Poor guy. I mean, those speed bumps come out of nowhere. You know where they're at because
Yeah.
you hit those roads all the time.
Yeah.
Hit them a few times too.
I'm sure. I'm
We definitely like kind of got used to it. It's like, all right, there's speed bump coming up. It's not marked yet. It's coming up.
It's coming up.
Somehow you and I found our way home when I was like, "You got to drive me back."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a big town.
I know, but
I mean, worst case scenario, we just drive around until we find it.
right, that's true.
Because if you leave town, you've gone
you
too
know
far.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
You went
know
too
it.
far.
You just turn around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, man. Yeah.
And it's like look for the meth den, and then it's a little bit before that.
the meth.
That's where we laid.
Oh,
we
yeah.
stayed.
Well, I like
slaughterhouse.
The
Are
slaughterhouse.
Are we close?
Yeah, man.
Just ask for directions.
Yeah.
They'll
Oh
know.
my gosh.
And that's when the boys were working on the Kung Fu Panda.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wish that thing would have done better.
Me too. I mean, well, they got excited. The guys are just like, we're getting another car too. So
Yeah, because it was driving around. Like he drove it around the neighborhood to make sure it was working. And it seemed like it was doing good.
I think the move is a Crown Victoria. The Crown Vics were fucking slaughtering cars.
Yeah.
yeah, but that's everybody's trying to get those.
Yeah.
They're a little hard to get now.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So we
I'm
have to
sure.
take one. Can I carry on?
Yeah.
Carry on a Crown Vic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do that.
Why don't we just steal it from El Paso?
Just drive it across town. They don't check at the border. They're just like, keep it moving, keep it moving.
How much merchandise do you have so I can tax you?
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Everything else I don't care.
Yeah. Oh my god. I remember the way back. It's like people on their deathbed, you know, in the Suburban, and we go through that military checkpoint. Yes, please. There you go.
Let's do it. Let's all do it. Yeah. Keep talking, Alex.
We're going through that military checkpoint, and the soldier there just laughing at us. He's like, "Are you guys all friends and family?" Mario's like, "Yeah." And he's just like, "Go."
No, he was like, what are you bringing? Mario's like, just diarrhea.
Oh shit. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, that was fun.
Oh god.
And he was, you could tell it like, he probably like wasn't amused before that, but then when we came through, he was like, because it wasn't like,
white boys.
because it was like, it's not like
Cheers.
Rocky Point, like all the border towns like in Arizona where it's like everyone's going to Rocky Point, like that's all like dumb drunk college
all-
kids
yeah.
or 80-year-olds, whatever Alex's demographic is.
75.
But it's like it's all drunk
A young
people. They're used to
75.
it.
You look great for 75.
Thank you. I look great for 83.
I feel like you get probably more like normal people from like in like the El Paso area, like as far as like coming up. They're not coming up from a party bender weekend typically.
Yeah,
Juarez is a party town.
it is.
Really?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, you got a lot
Then
of
I
people
guess I'm
going over
fucking
and
wrong.
back.
Fuck me then. I'll keep drinking.
Well,
You get people walking back and forth.
The big difference is, so I grew up, the border crossings that we went through, very similar to the ones I grew up going through. We had the old bridge and the new bridge. The old bridge was like maybe 5 lanes, and then it went down to 2 lane, and it was over railroad tracks. I remember this when I was a kid. So we're talking like the 80s, bro. Like no AC and my dad's Blazer.
You and I
you know what I
weren't
mean?
born yet.
Yeah, you guys weren't born yet. So I'm sitting in my dad's Blazer, and you're going across the border, and it's like bumper to bumper going across each way.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, you hear, here comes a train. Everybody's backing up. I'm serious.
Getting
they're,
off the
they're
tracks.
getting off the fucking
Getting
bridge.
off the bridge coming back.
Yes, because it's 2 lane and the fucking tracks go right across that bridge. So the train goes and it takes forever, and you're like, I'm gonna die. It's so hot in this car. And then you get to go, again. Yeah. But then the new bridge had, it's like a regular, for trucks and all that stuff, really big. And then they built a newer one, which is gigantic. So I grew up with that. Now, have you ever been to Rocky Point?
Yeah.
Okay, so going through, what is that? What's the name of the town?
Saludita?
No.
Sonoita.
Sonoita, but the American side. It's, what's the name of the town? Lukeville. So I was telling my brother, I was like, we're at the border crossing, and I said, it's not a bridge because it's just dirt, right? And I said, I gassed up in Lukeville, and I could hear what the Border Patrol agents were talking about. Like, that's how close, like, you're just like right there. And I said, here's the funny part. It closes. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, it fucking closes.
At midnight, right?
So, huh?
At midnight?
Yeah. So we used to go to, at the time it was Texas Southmost College was right across the border, and we would park there, and then we'd walk across and go party. And then we'd come back at like whenever the bars closed, you know what I mean? So it never closed.
4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah, 4 or 5 in the morning, and never closed.
I guess I never even thought about it because I've heard about like the Rocky Point border is closing at like midnight. What time do they open up?
I think it's 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even consider that when I was like buying our tickets in El Paso.
Oh.
Like, what if I booked a flight at 6?
Nope.
No, I mean they're the ones in El Paso aren't
24/7.
Yeah, they're
24/7.
They're the ones in I think it's El Paso, maybe Laredo, but they have the most traffic for large trucks going through those.
So they just keep them going.
They just keep them going. Yeah.
Because we
constant.
did the detour, which is probably clutch. Because we remember we went to that town just east.
Oh yeah, we went around because we came through one border crossing.
Juarez, but we just went around it.
Yeah.
We just caught the freeway around Juarez.
Right, but we
Yeah.
didn't cross at
Oh,
Juarez,
when we came back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah.
We didn't do
Yeah.
the same border
No,
crossing.
we didn't
Yeah.
do the same border crossing.
which is cool because there's like an app, right?
Yeah.
That like tells you like what's the weight at whatever
Yeah.
given
Yep.
border.
Yep.
I was like, I didn't even think about that, but that's like that would be fucking awesome if you're like especially for you guys, you're making like constant like crossings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. When I was a kid, the border crossing, the new bridge went right into downtown Brownsville. So if there was like, shitty traffic there, it just backed up the border crossing too.
Yeah.
Fucked everything.
Fucked everything up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty wild. Yeah. But yeah, we used to walk across. It wasn't that far.
It's easier to walk across, right?
I mean,
I
not
mean,
same.
not
I mean,
necessarily.
you're not
It's
standing
just
in line, but I mean,
But they're still checking passports and all that kind of shit, or
yeah.
Coming back?
yeah.
Yeah, they still checking passports.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah.
Because I've heard of people. Because I've known people who've like lived in El Paso, and they'll like go to Juarez and then come back. And,
Well, it's like all the transports too. It's like if you get a shuttle to bring you up to cross, then you have to walk across the border. So they'll wait in line. Then you get to there, and then you got to get off the shuttle to cross. And then you jump on a new shuttle.
No
Oh,
shit.
interesting. Okay.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to think because so when I told you how I took a bus when we with my ex-girlfriend when we went to Hermosillo, I remember we stopped at like some sort of bus station, but I don't know if we switched buses.
At the border?
God, at this point I don't even remember. But I know I think going down was fine, and we drove up with her parents, and it was like that was the easiest crossing I've ever done. They were like, "Got any pork? Nope. All right, have a good day." Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much.
They don't really care what you're bringing down.
yeah.
Nah.
I mean, it was definitely a different political climate at that time because that was 4 or 5 years. Oh, well, that was before COVID, so that was probably 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
But I don't know. How you guys get stopped? You guys get asked for passports every time?
Coming up,
Mm-hmm.
we just present them.
Yeah.
Make our life easier. No, I have to give these guys a hard time, and we do it so often. It's like just let them know where we're going.
And they scan them.
Yeah.
So it's a
Do you
pretty
have
quick
dual
process.
citizenship? Oh, okay. So it's a little easier for you guys then, huh?
Coming up,
Yeah, either or going either direction, I guess, right?
they didn't ask you for a passport going down.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. We just went.
Well, going into Mexico, it's easy, right? But
Yeah.
like coming back is like I feel like when you really run into like the potential issues, right?
Yeah.
I get stopped and checked probably if I go to Rocky Point like 10 times, I'm probably checked like 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
And
you have
most
you have the
I have the trailer.
yeah.
So they go in, they open all the things in the trailer, and they go into. I have 2 doors. I open both doors.
You find all the shit you're smuggling.
Yeah, they don't care. Yeah. They're cool. No, I'm just kidding. No, but there was only one time where the guy was like, he like waved me in. He goes like this because he's in the trailer, and I go in. I'm like, shit, nothing in there, right?
Yeah.
Sorry about the dildos.
No, the thing is, like Rocky Point, it's American prices.
Yeah.
All of it's American prices, right? Because it's all American owned
Yeah.
out there. The common areas.
As much as you can.
As much as you can own, yeah. But like the bars and stuff like that, you're not paying like 50 cents a beer. You're paying $4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I bring tequila because it's cheaper to buy it here than it is to buy there in Rocky Point.
And you get better stuff.
And I get better stuff, yeah. So the guy, he was actually just making fun of me, and he was like, "Oh, what did he say? Vas a traer arena a la playa or something like that." And I was like, you're bringing sand to the beach. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I don't want to pay $9 a shot.
Wait, so you got checked on the way in?
Mm-hmm. Almost every time because the trailer, you can hide a lot of shit in there. And and they're very
because they have a
curious.
big issue with importing firearms.
Yes, yeah. Well,
That's huge.
Not only that, if you bring like a ATV, they're going to check the registration
Oh, interesting.
because they don't want people stealing them and selling them in Mexico for the people that rent them.
Yeah.
So they register all of them.
Yeah.
And there was one time where we're crossing, and the truck is in Mexico, the trailer is in the United States, and the guy's like, "Oh, I need to see the registration for the vehicles." And I'm like, "Yeah, no problem." So I hand it to him, and like the registration it's expired on the truck, and I'm like,
Amy.
I look over at Amy. I was like, "That's your one job." So we're literally on our phone registering the truck, and luckily we had signal, right? And then we register it, and we're like, okay, and they let us through. Yeah,
I didn't even think about that. But
Yeah.
I would imagine that happens. Would happen a lot.
quite often. Yeah. And I think a lot of times they're just curious to see. Like one guy asked me, "Oh, how much did it cost you?" And I fucking hate saying that shit, but
For the trailer.
yeah. So they're just looking at it, checking it out. They're cool. They're for the most part they're really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're guys just curious about stuff too, but yeah, I don't like answering that stuff. It's like,
I know.
You don't know how much you want to actually say to them.
disclose is like,
Yeah.
Like, are you guys actually like being friendly, or are you digging?
Exactly.
They're digging, 100%. I mean, but like on the way back from Rocky Point, there's a spot, like there's like a rodeo place on the left-hand side, and then it goes from 90 kilometers to like 40, and you got to keep an eye out because you're going over a hill, and that's a speed trap.
Yep.
And dude, it's like $160 if they pull you over.
I got pulled over there.
Did you?
Yep.
Yeah. And then if you don't have it with you, they're like, "Oh, follow me to the bank."
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
No.
They get their money right then and there.
They told me, follow me to the comandancia,
Mm-hmm.
the police station, and you can pick up your license here. And I was just like, how much is it? I think at that time they're charging me like $300. And I was like, what was funny is
What town was this?
This had to be probably 10 years ago.
Yeah, Sonorita.
Yeah. Yep.
Where's that?
Sonorita.
Right before you cross into Lukeville.
Okay.
Yeah. And I remember
Well, Americans call it Sonoita,
Sonoita.
and it's not.
Oh,
It's not
Sonoita.
Yeah,
There you go.
There it is.
Yeah,
Now I know what you're talking
yeah,
about.
Sonoita. Yeah.
So Noita.
Mm-hmm.
I remember pulling in and I was like, I'm gonna play dumb with this guy, and I was like, I don't speak no hablo, I got this, and then he's like, he starts going through and he's like, man, you speeding, he's broken English trying to get through to me, and I'm just like, oh, sorry. He's like, it's gonna be like $300, and I was like, puta madre. He was like, what?
Here, brought the Mexican right out of
you. I started bitching him out. I was like, what? This is extortion. And he's just like, you want extortion? We can take you. We can take you in and talk about this. And I was just like,
now we're good.
We're good.
Yeah.
Where do I go? And then he's like, follow me to the police station. I was like, all right. And I'm driving. I'm fucking pissed. Just driving. I'm thinking to myself, $300. He has my license. It cost me $15 to renew that shit online. I just showed straight through the border. He turned and I was
just went $15.
Yep.
You're good to go.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
So I'm
an American citizen.
I'm wanted in Sonoita.
Sonoita?
No, the Americans wanted, so it's Sonoita.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah.
Sonoita, yeah.
Sonoita. God damn it.
Just do you have a Mexican license?
Yep.
Yeah.
You have to, right?
If you want to drive, I mean, if you want to register your Mexican vehicles, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I was stationed in South America, I had a Panamanian license, and that I had to present it quite often because I would drive like a fucking maniac. You have no choice.
Because you were like 20?
No, yep. Well, yes, I was 22, 23 years old, and you have no choice. Like, I got to Panama, plane lands, I get on this taxi.
Can you tell me what the 50s were like in Panama?
Oh, the good old 50s. Yeah, yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. Good old General Noriega. Anyway, so I land in Panama. This is 1995. Were you guys alive in 95? Barely.
I was drawing Ninja Turtles.
Okay, all right. So I land in Panama. It's October of 95, and I get in a taxi, and I can't fucking look, dude. I'm fucking grabbing the ceiling, like,
Yeah.
dude, bumper to bumper. And if you leave any gap, there's a car coming in.
Jeez.
And it's fucking insane, dude. It's like crash 'em up derby. Nobody wrecked, though. Weird. I guess
That's like
wrecked.
cabs in Rocky Point, too.
No, it's
Worse?
beyond that. It's beyond that. Because it's like, it's a very heavily populated area.
Yeah.
And everybody drives like fucking maniacs. By the time I left, I'm fucking shifting in traffic, eating a burger, fucking driving just like them.
Cutting people off.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I fit.
You dumbass. Fucking, I wrecked once. So
you were that guy.
Yeah.
No one's wrecked.
No, I wrecked. Yeah.
You.
I fucking wrecked. So there was this area that was like really, really heavy traffic, and there was no street lights or anything. It's like you just go. Well, the traffic coming, parallel, I mean, not parallel, but perpendicular, was you have to sneak out and move your car like this and just stop traffic. So I'm fucking driving and not paying attention. I'm just, I'm in my second year there. And all of a sudden there's a car. Hit the brakes, bam, hit him, rear-ended. And the guy's fucking yelling at me. I'm like, yeah, I'll fucking go to court. Fuck you. So we go to court, and dude doesn't show up.
So you win.
No, we tied. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we tied. So he's like, so I talked to the judge, and I had a rep from the base come with me, and the rep is there because he speaks Spanish, but so do I. So literally, I'm in front of the judge.
Is it a white guy who speaks Spanish?
Yeah. It's funny.
He's like, I took a couple classes.
I got you.
Yeah. Back then it wasn't even.
I got you, brother.
But back then it wasn't available online, so he had to go to class. So it's better. Anyway, so we're in this little room. I'm sitting across from the judge, and I'm like, Senor Juez, and all this stuff. And like I'm being very respectful. And he has these little Matchbox cars, and I'm showing him what happened. I'm like, this guy came out. This guy hit his brakes. I didn't have time to stop, and I hit him. And he's like, well, you were following too close, but he abruptly stopped, so it's not your fault or his. So you just pay for yours, and he pays for his. I'm like, sweet.
Yeah.
And I got the hell out of there quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, driving. The one that scared me the most driving to Mexico was my mom.
Really?
My mom drove like Thunderdome, dude. It was fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
She didn't care. She drove a big giant Expedition, and if you got in her way, you were gonna die. That's just the way it went.
Driving in Mexico is my spirit animal. Like Mario driving, I was like, fuck yeah. This is how you should drive everywhere.
Yeah.
When we were in Rocky Point, like when I remember, that's the one thing I remember in college. Well, there's a couple things, but we won't go into that too much.
No, why? I mean, you were young, and men
what is stupid.
and the men you were around.
Their experimental.
The men you were around was cute. The guy
They
you were
were
with was
handsome men.
cute. Yeah, just saying.
But the cabs were like, they were like, like Thunderdome. You're like, I don't even think they looked.
No.
They just pulled out in the
They
fucking
just go.
intersections. You're like, fuck yeah. I'm like,
you don't have to worry about being late when you're in a cab in Rocky Point.
you know
get
where
you
it's
there.
the same though?
They will
gotta
get, you
get there.
Yep, they will get you there.
I'm already late, and they're like,
Yeah.
no, you're not.
No,
got
don't
you.
worry.
We'll get there. We'll
Yep.
get there. You know where it's the same here? Vegas.
Oh yeah, Vegas.
Uber or
Oh,
a
my
cab
God.
in Vegas, they drive like you're in Mexico.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, speed limit 65 and they're doing like 90.
95. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you want to go to Fremont Street? All right,
No
let's go.
problem.
We'll see you. We'll be there in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, going back to your mom, I was
Yep.
telling Hector, I was like, yeah, I'm taking a lot of people. We're caravanning. My mom's coming with us. And he's like, you don't get to drive like you do. I was just like, my mom drives faster than I do. He's like, we'll still make time.
She'll be fine.
She'll be fine.
Yeah.
She's like, why are you slowing down, you pussy?
Let's go.
Your mom was fucking great.
She was
There was
great,
one
dude.
time when one of the kids was being a little shithead and she fucking like grabbed that kid and was like, hey, quit fucking acting like that. And the kid was like, yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Like,
That was the end of it.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's just like, she reminds me of like every Mexican mother I've ever met is like, they're like the most sweetest people ever until you fuck up. And then they're the boss.
Yep.
Then they're the boss.
Yeah.
Well, she's definitely the disciplinary of the town. Like, you don't fuck around. With
Yeah.
everything. She's in there. We get him.
It was definitely, yes, ma'am.
Yep.
You know, it's funny. You know, it's funny.
You get that from the 30-year-olds, too.
Yeah.
You misplace, you'll, hey. And you're just like, hey.
Yeah, it was funny. Remember that rattlesnake that was in the road? It was dead.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Who's the one that was
Sal?
Yeah.
No,
Sal.
Mark.
Mark's
was
the pussy,
deathly
yeah.
afraid. And Mark was like, if I get bit by a rattlesnake, I'll end up in the fucking hospital. I was like, you don't have to worry about that. There ain't no fucking hospital. And then Keith is like, no, you're going to end up on Ruthie's table.
That's truth.
Should be putting vapor rub under you.
Yep, that's it.
Have a Sprite.
You'll be fine. Quit being a bitch. Oh, my God. Yeah. I don't know who was saying it. I think it was maybe Keith that was like, oh, yeah, Mark is like super afraid of snakes.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
I can't wait till he sees this one. Yeah.
What
man.
a bitch.
Yeah, he
Just
finds a
wraps
lot of joy in tormenting that man.
Oh, my God.
I mean, when you know someone's like point,
Yeah.
it's trigger point, you're like,
Oh, yeah. Just
you fucked up. You should not have told me.
just start pulling on that nerve. Yeah. Yeah, man. So those guys, I mean, obviously they're older than you are.
Yeah.
And when you met them, I mean,
Well, Sal might not be. Sal's, I feel like, our age, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay. So I mean,
How old
but
are you
Mark
again?
and Keith.
How old are you again?
I'm 36.
Okay, so you're a little younger than me, but Sal, I thought was right in there.
He's probably 34.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
a little
A little
younger.
younger.
Yeah, 'cause he's got a young kid, right? 4-year-old, 5-year-old, something like that.
No, he has I think she's might be one or
One or
she
two.
just turned one.
Keith
Okay,
was like
okay.
60 and Mark was like 80, right?
No, Mark was
Your math is great, man.
Mark was a young man in the group.
Yeah, he was.
I love those guys, man. We had a great time.
Dude, we had a
with
great when we first like it was so funny because like when we first got there, we were there first and we went out and had lunch
Yeah.
and then picked them up. And the whole time I was like, gosh, I wonder what those guys. I hope we get along.
When they walked in and they were like East Coast accents, like, God damn it.
Yes, right.
I fucking hate East Coasters.
But by the time we got to Galeana after that 3-hour drive, we're
was
like,
great.
these fucking guys are cool, man.
Yeah.
These fucking guys are cool.
Well, Mark and Keith are like hunters, so of course, like that, I talked to them about that shit for like the
Yeah.
entire ride up. And
Yeah.
like
I told Sal, I was like, I've never ever wanted to go to New York ever. Like, I don't give a shit about the
Yeah.
Empire State Building,
Yeah.
the Statue of Liberty.
yeah,
And he talks about home, and I was like, I'll go with you.
Yeah,
I feel like
man.
going to the East Coast is probably a lot like going to Mexico. You want to go with a local.
You want to go
Yeah,
to the local?
yeah. Well, when you go to I lived in Northeast Pennsylvania for 3 years after I got out of the military, and I'd go into New York and I'd go into Jersey, but not the city. You know what I mean? Like upstate New York and the outskirts of Jersey.
Is this before or after D-Day?
After a little after. Yeah. We're jumping back in.
Man,
by
you
the way.
survived D-Day? Good
We're
for
jumping
you.
back in.
Good for you.
But those states are beautiful, man.
Yeah?
They're fucking beautiful. And then when you get to the city, you're like, wow, this is kind of cool, but it's such a small portion of the state. Small portion of the state. So it's pretty cool.
Just
man.
remember, this is America. The drinking and driving is They take it a little more
Oh
seriously.
no. What I'll do is
Ubers are available too.
yeah.
Ubers are available. I'm just reminding
you'll Uber and then I'll drive your truck to you in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. So yeah, I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, yeah, if we start drinking, I'll just bring his truck to him.
It's a Charger, bro. He just wants to drive the Charger.
Oh, you brought the. I keep thinking about the car. So about the truck, your Tacoma.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, hey, bottle caps are still here.
Fucking Tojo.
Yeah, man. Oh man, that was so funny though when your wife got in the car.
Yeah. Oh my god!
And you move and you hear the bottle. Ding, ding.
Oh no! Then we open the back and one crashes onto the. Oh gosh, it just broke. Like
we definitely did not drink and drive in.
We're
Mexico.
dicks. Oh my god. Well, it's not our fault
because
everywhere we went, apparently there's like drive-through liquor places that just give you ice.
Yeah.
With your booze.
Well, obviously, you drink it warm. What are you, fucking savage?
Oh my god!
You want it with ice, right?
You know what?
Yellow.
And we were innocent parties in this because the guy was like, ¿quieres un seis? And he's like, dame 24. I'm like, what the fuck did you just say? That's a lot of fucking beers. Dude. I know Spanish.
And we made it one town. Oh, time to reload.
Yep. Oh my god.
That was so funny because that first town where you bought like all of the fucking like
all of the burritos,
and burritos. Shit. And what happened? Like the water melted and got like soaked.
Yeah, they got a little soaked.
I was so disappointed because they were legit.
I was like already full because we had breakfast that morning or lunch.
We stopped at the same place, so I went and picked up Q and Josh and Kevin and all these guys, right? And we're coming down. I was like, we're gonna stop here, and there's like, and I remember talking. I was like, are you guys, how you guys doing? And, and Josh's like, I'm on a diet. I can't eat anything, and I'm just like, that's a bad choice in Mexico, man. You can't be honest.
We
have beer and awesome stuff, and I was just like, do you like cheese? And he was just like, oh, I love cheese. And I was just like,
fuck,
we're gonna hit
yes.
this.
You got them cheese tortillas.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember I ordered him a burrito, a chile relleno burrito.
Nice.
All full of cheese, and he hit that. And I was just like, you only want one? He's like, yes, just one. And he's being respectful and trying to just like, no, I'm gonna eat it because you're offering it. He hit that shit going up. The diet was over right after that.
It's impossible.
That was the one thing.
Impossible.
It was like that's the entire reason I was like, I'm not doing the Phoenix Open because we're in Mexico the weekend before.
Yeah.
I am not trying to fucking like not eat everything in Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told him, I was like, you sure you only want one, man? I mean, I think you should get two. 40 minutes down the road. It was a good call. I should have gone a couple more. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Did you stop at the Mennonite place that was closed?
Well, no, because I took him straight to Chihuahua City.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we didn't go to Galeana.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Act like you know what the area looks like. Jeez.
I don't. I didn't
It's
pay
all
attention.
desert, man.
I couldn't fucking see. I was in the back.
Yeah, that's true.
And then Scott was ruining my
You mean
trip.
right next to me?
Yeah. Well, next to Scott
And
ruining
Scott,
my trip.
You're like, get the fuck off.
By the
me,
way,
you
Scott
skinny
sits
bastard.
Scott sits like he's got 30-pound balls.
Close your legs.
Close
you
your
bitch.
legs, you fucking asshole. Oh my god. I'm sitting there like this. Scott and his 30-pound balls.
At least we got to fucking whip him.
That's true. Man, when Hector walked out with that blue belt and was like, Scott, I'm like, oh shit, dude. Like, I was so happy we were there for that.
Yeah.
Because he's such a good dude, man. You know?
Yeah. No, fuck the blue belt. But when he was like, we get to do the gauntlet, I was like, ooh, I haven't done this in years.
Yeah, it's been a minute, dude. It's been 10 years since I whipped somebody. Like, fuck yeah, Scott.
He took it like a man, though, man.
did.
He was not bitching about it. No, he did it.
He was a little bit of a bitch the day after, though.
Whoa. You did it once, right? It sucks.
I was a bitch the day of.
Hey, we're all bitches compared to fucking Matt Mamelin.
What?
Well, he's got that thin white skin, right? And he did it shirtless. And he did it when he got his black belt, if I remember. Maybe it was his brown belt, but
It was
he
purple.
was bleeding.
It was purple.
He was bleeding.
Him and
The answer.
Bufanda.
And Bufanda,
Boof
yeah.
took his top off, and he was shirtless.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that keeping the top on was an option.
Oh, I'm keeping that shit on,
Oh,
dude.
I did it with my gi top on.
Yep,
I was
me
like,
too.
And it still sucked. It
it hurt.
sucked.
Yeah.
I remember like they're like, time for the gauntlet. I got my blue belt with Hector, and he's like, you got to do this, and I was just like, this ain't no big deal. I mean, I was whipped as a kid. I can handle this.
It doesn't sound like bad.
I got whipped with a leather belt. This belt ain't shit. God damn, that's
There's like 30 of them.
Yeah,
like
well,
30
it's like
belts.
right after everyone like kind of rolls a little bit too, so you're like it's a little wet.
Yeah. It's
You're
a
like,
little
it's a
heavy.
fabric belt. It can't hurt that
Let me
bad.
tell you a funny. Kike
Uh-huh.
got his belt the same day I did,
Mm-hmm.
right? And Hector let me know that I was getting my blue belt. He's like, hey, I want you to come. We're gonna give you your blue belt. And like in Mexico, they don't give you your belt. You got to buy your own belt.
Right. Yeah.
So I took my belt. I was like, I knew I was getting my blue belt. He gave Kike his, and then he borrowed somebody to present him his blue belt. And so me and Kike are going off, and I didn't understand what the gauntlet was. I had no idea this existed. And Kike, they're like, all right, get in line for the gauntlet. And we get in line. Kike goes down, and I'm waiting in line for my turn, and he goes, I'm gonna borrow your belt. And he got in there. I was just like, what the? He beat me with my own belt. I was like,
my God.
Who's
damn.
Kike? Did we meet him?
Yeah, he was that big monster.
motherfucker, man.
Big motherfucker?
Big dude. Yeah. Really nice. Really nice. Like, I asked him.
Everyone was really nice. You can't just say that.
No, I walked up and I was like, do you want to roll? I was like, oh, I'd be honored. Man, he was honored. Holy shit. He fucking tried to kill
He
me.
honored the fuck out of you.
Yeah, he tried to kill me. Yeah, he's a big boy, man.
Okay.
I rolled with him. I rolled with you. Did I roll with you?
Yeah.
No, it was before you hurt your knee.
Yeah.
I didn't do it.
Bullshit.
I facilitated it.
He was a part of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It couldn't have
his
happened
fault.
without him.
I didn't hurt my training partners.
Well, I'm a fucking boss. What up?
How's the knee feeling?
It's there.
Still fucked
You
up.
rolled straight today.
Still fucked up.
You felt good today.
Yeah.
Until
whatever.
somebody like put pressure on it. I was like,
It's that outside pressure. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got your MRI yet?
My mom said I was fine.
You know what? If Ruthie says you're fine,
Yeah.
you're fine.
She said,
Yeah.
stop being a bitch.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah. So let's talk about like bringing the team up.
Okay.
3-car caravan,
Yeah.
right? Kids, parents.
Oh, that's just the first round. I got a lot more showing up today.
No shit.
Really? Are you all in one Airbnb?
Oh, no. Hell no. It's too many kids, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, kids are easy. Just like you're sleeping on the floor.
Yeah, I have 15 competitors.
Gotcha.
That has nothing to do with all the siblings that come attached with these
Dude,
competitors.
remember
It's true.
4 kids, 1 year apart, pregnant
I
wife?
just figured that 15 kids. That's what 3 parents.
Yeah. Oh, what's her name?
18 other kids, though.
The girl that you brought up, she was there at Open Mat today. What's her name?
Anna.
Anna, sorry. So Anna and I, when we were talking, Anna was saying that she was listening to the podcast with her mom.
Oh no.
And her mom, no, it's okay.
I'm sorry.
With my mom.
Your mom.
With my mom.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So Ruthie liked the part. She laughed at the part where I was saying it's like nothing to have like 4 kids 1 year apart and a pregnant wife. Like that's a thing. So yeah, Ruthie got a kick out of that.
You're just pregnant the whole time until you're done.
Except for this guy, he's a prude. He only has 3.
Yeah.
Boo. Boo. 4. Boo. Thumbs down.
Yeah.
Thumbs down. If you're not doing 6, do you belong in Galeana? I don't think so.
Are you guys having any more? Or are you done?
Oh, yeah. We'll have a couple more.
Yeah, there
have to
you
hit
go,
6.
baby. There you go. We're gonna hit 6.
Does
It's
Kelsey know this?
It's like a
Oh, yeah.
competition in Galeana. You gotta hit 6 or else you don't belong.
She fucking bounces
It
back
used to
quick,
be.
huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause she's
cool,
like
man.
skinny.
Yeah. Does she train?
Yeah.
Yeah. She started.
How did you haven't seen pictures of them? He obviously doesn't follow.
Ooh.
I follow
motherfucker.
Ronin. Come on now.
Obviously not. 'Cause she's in like all of their pictures.
Yeah. She started earlier this January.
Okay.
January.
All
yeah.
right. Cool.
She
man.
just stays active, huh?
Yeah. She's got great genes, too.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. Now her brothers are fucking gonna eat anything and they don't do anything, so
Yeah.
skinny.
They're all skinny guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one of your brothers doesn't train?
Alejandro.
Alejandro. Yeah, we
What
gotta
a
get his
bitch.
ass on the mat.
What a bitch.
We gotta get his ass on the mat.
Bitch.
Does he live here in the United
Yeah,
States?
he lives in Denver.
Okay.
Yep.
Get
Yeah,
his ass-
And you're a
we gotta
bitch.
get his ass on the mat.
Yeah, get Keith over there. Hey, Keith, go pick this guy up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Keith. You know what? I think it's Keith's fault.
Yeah, it's
You know,
probably
he doesn't. He's got to motivate him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Keith's gym is in Denver proper, or is it?
Brighton.
Okay.
And it's not Keith's gym.
Oh, I didn't know that.
okay.
I thought he had his own. Okay.
No.
Okay.
He got his black belt under Professor Hans, and then he moved on. And now Corey runs the place, has the place now, and he teaches out of there.
Cool. Yeah.
So it's
How far is your brother from there?
5 minutes.
Yeah.
That motherfucker. That fucking bitch.
You know what? I'm acting all tough because
We're driving here. We're going to Denver. Let's go to fucking Denver. Fuck the tournament.
You guys want me to invite him to Thanksgiving?
Yes.
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 We're gonna
And
roll.
we'll roll.
He's gonna roll. Yeah. Oh my
I have
God.
to roll with him. It's not you're a big old man. He was
It's okay.
rolling. He's rolling with me. He's like, "You're little. You shouldn't be this heavy."
Seriously, I was like, this.
And but you didn't catch him like the week before Master Worlds, like when he was in shape. Oh my God, he's a
Monster?
fucking nightmare. Yeah, he's a fucking nightmare, and he's rolling like every day. He was rolling every fucking day. I'm like, I don't know how you're holding up, dude.
Is this before or after the knee?
Yeah, after.
okay.
You know what? He was kind of shitting on your knee. He was like, you know what? I hurt motherfuckers. That's what I do.
That's what I do.
That's what I do.
I actually put that on my resume.
Yeah, I got this big motherfucker. Ripped his knee off.
I go to Mexico. I fuck people up.
You know what?
Break their knees.
I got him in a knee bar and he tapped, and I said, "You're not tapping."
Fuck your knee.
Today.
I hope your mother knows how to do surgery. She's like, well, she does. Actually.
Apparently, she does. Yeah. As a matter of fact.
Oh, Ruthie. I hope we get to see her. She's gonna be at the tournament tomorrow, right?
Yeah, she'll be
Okay,
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I told
That'll be
Amy.
your first one.
No
Oh, yeah?
kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's cool.
I've been trying to drag her to El Paso. I'm like, we're just doing this little mellow. And she's like, nah, good.
So
So I'm
she,
excited she's coming to this one.
Yeah.
so obviously she lives in Galeana, but does she come up to the United States that often or no?
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say crazy amount, but it's not
Yeah.
like she doesn't come up.
She made it very clear that she has everything she needs right
Yeah.
there.
Dude, I mean, her house is fucking gorgeous.
It's great.
Like your house is great. But she like has like the garden in the back.
Yep.
She has like the swing set. She has that sweet like little like overhang over her like patio. Like she's got a
So
sweet.
nice.
What's the name of the dog?
Yeah.
Was it Lola?
Yep.
Lola. She was so cute.
Don't remind me of the puppies.
Oh, she was.
I don't want to know.
Do you still have the puppies?
I don't want to know. I don't know what happened to those puppies.
Tell me
Hey.
you still have the puppies.
I don't have them. My brother-in-law took him to his farm.
Okay.
So
Is that code for you killed them?
No, actually, no. 'Cause he had a dog out there that was like super docile.
Okay.
Wouldn't bark at anything, and these things were active as hell. And he's
Yeah.
like, and he had this dog at home, and he's just like, I'm just gonna swap these out. Like the ranch hand was like, those dogs, I want those dogs. And he's like, keep them, I'll take that one.
No shit.
Yep.
Okay.
So now I have this annoying ass dog at their house.
What's your dog's name?
Otto?
Otto, yeah.
Oh
what
my
a,
God.
What a sweet lazy dog.
Let me tell you
Seriously.
something about Otto. Otto has how should I put this?
If you're a murderer, he's
Otto-
gonna let you pet his belly.
Yes,
Otto
he
is
will.
Otto is diabetic. I don't know if he's diagnosed, and I'm not a vet, but Otto is diabetic.
He's a plump little
I want to talk about these puppies because so the first day they just show up, right?
Yeah. And that
And
was the first day I've seen him.
It was like it was. I think it was our second morning. They'd show up. I go outside and because there's like these two little like blonde puppies, right? And,
So cute.
And one of your niece or something. She comes up to me and she's like, "Esta Sophie," and I was
Molly.
like, or Molly.
Yeah,
Was it Molly? Was
Esta's
it Molly?
Molly, yeah.
Esta Molly. And I was like, "Oh, her name's Molly. Okay, cool." And she's like, "Do you speak English?" And I was like, "Or speak Spanish?" I was like, "No." She's like, "Me either." She's like, "That was it."
She used up all of her Spanish on Tojo.
Me either, I got you.
But the kids locked the dogs, the puppies, in the shed where the food was,
Yep.
and they fucking like knock over all the dog food.
They tore that shit up too,
Yeah,
man.
those dogs were never gonna leave.
And the landscapers were like, right? Is that what it
Yeah.
was? The landscapers were like, "What the fuck?" Because there was like shit and piss in like the shed.
Oh my gosh!
Oh shit! That
Your
was
mom
funny.
was like, "What the fuck?"
I remember, so, like I have the walls around my house, and my mom was really against putting walls up. She's like, "That's not friendly. You got to have open stuff." And I was just like,
To an extent,
I get
yeah.
fucking dogs in my yard every day. Like people just drop dogs off when I first moved in. I was like, Jesus, you know,
Yeah.
like those walls were the best thing ever. But I still get dogs.
Yeah. Those dogs are cute as fuck.
It was so funny because we're leaving.
All dogs are cute when they're puppies.
That's true. That's true.
All dogs are cute, period.
Yeah, no, it was
Except for
funny.
Alex's dogs.
No, my dogs are not cute. So as we're leaving,
they look like little mini autos. They remind me of autos.
My dogs are not diabetic. Thank you very much.
Yet. Henry might be.
It might be. He's like a little potato. So I took him to the vet. I took Henry to the vet, and because he's having a little trouble. He's getting old. And I said, and the vet tech is like, oh my God, he's so cute. I'm like, no, he's not. I said, he looks like, what do we say?
He looks like a Dr. Seuss character.
Yeah,
but
no.
he looks like if a 3-year-old was to draw a picture of a dog.
That's what I said. I think I may have said 4-year-old, but I said he looks like a 4-year-old drew a dog, and she's like, "Oh my God!" And then
cutest thing ever.
Yeah, and then she takes him away to get him weighed and check him out and all that stuff. And
50
she's like,
pounds.
"Yeah,
He's 10 feet long.
11,
No.
11." And then she brings him back. She's like, "Hey, everybody agrees that he looks like something that a 4-year-old drew." Yeah,
He is an ugly motherfucker. At least Henry. At least Mata's cute.
Yeah, no, Henry's cute in his own way.
Kind of like Tojo.
Yeah, kind of like Tojo.
I'm definitely
his
cute in
own
my own
way.
way. Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
Once you get
Quiet
past
taste.
the mouth, yeah. Once
So
quit
you look at
talking.
Tojo and you're like, God, if he would just shave that beard, right? And then he shaves the beard, like, oh, grow it back.
Oh, right, no, more beard, more beard.
Oh my God.
Don't worry, mustache is coming.
Why
Fucking
did you do that?
I was like looking in the mirror this morning. I was like, mustache isn't quite there yet.
You know what we should do? We should grow our mustaches out before we go to Mexico.
Okay.
Like, we'll just fit
competition.
in.
Scott.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, my arm. Oh.
Just grow a thick fucking mustache. Mine will be gray.
All
Mine
the
will be
way
gray.
down.
Yeah, mine will be gray.
Want to do handlebars?
Fuck yes.
Okay.
That's what we're doing.
Handlebars it is.
Yep.
I don't think anybody in Mexico does handlebars, so yeah, you guys won't fit in.
Oh,
But it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to fit in.
There you go.
I'll be nice. I'll be respectful.
Yeah.
But I don't want to fit in.
I'd like to explore Casas Grandes a little bit more.
All right.
Because we only went to that one shop. That one little...
Do we want to explore Casa Grandes?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I
Probably
just want to
not
make
during
sure.
the night, but it's
Not
nice
at night.
place.
Not at night. During the day. We'll go
Well,
during
I
the
mean, it was kind of cool. Like we went to like that boot place.
Yeah.
Well, it was kind of like a Western clothing place.
Yeah.
They had boots, they had hats.
Dude was cool. The guy upstairs.
Chihuahua's 2 hours away. We
should do
two and a
that.
half. It's 3 hours away from them. I get there in 2 hours.
That's what I'm saying. We need to go like not during the festival, so we can like go do like more not touristy stuff, but like
But what if we went like a couple days early?
Yeah.
just
that
my
could
arm
work.
again.
I'm just saying.
I'm fucking down.
Like I'm not even looking at him because I'm inviting myself.
Whatever we can do to not be in the
you
car
guys.
with 3 fucking guys from Denver and
Scott.
All right.
Scott ruined the trip.
Yeah, fucking Scott. Scott, I hope you have indigestion.
You and your 30-pound balls.
He seen the first podcast. He's like, what did I do?
What did you say? He existed.
But I had so much fun because like Scott wanted to roll, and I was like, he's like, you're just a guard puller, right? And I was like, okay, let's fucking wrestle. So I fucking just like took him down. It was like he's a fun guy. He wants to play. Like,
So-
fucking guard pooler too.
So he did a lot of shin to shin, and it hurt like a motherfucker. And
Yeah,
he's built like
'cause he's
rebar.
bony as fuck.
Yeah, he built like rebar. And then the next day he goes, man, that my shin is killing me. Like are you like, does your shin hurt? I'm like, no, I'm good. It fucking hurt. Like it's bruised.
Yeah.
I was bruised from like ankle to knee, and I was like, but I'm not gonna give him the benefit, right? I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I'm good, man. I can't believe your shin hurts. Whatever. Kind of
Pussy.
weak.
No, I remember like, his fucking shins were a problem.
Yeah.
He does it so much.
Yeah.
And he did that one time. He just like smacked his shin next to mine. I was just like, dude, I started in Muay Thai. You want to go
That's right,
shin to shin?
yeah.
Let's fucking go, bro.
Yeah, you've got the shins. Yeah.
And then he like just push it, and my shins are like saw blades
Yeah.
at this point. Just and I was just like, you feel that? Yeah. I was like, let's not go shin to shin no more, right?
I like Scott because he's just a trooper. He's just like he's good. Like he reminds me of me. He's gonna talk shit because he knows he's gonna get it. So
Yeah.
it's like might as well just talk shit and have fun
He's just a sweetheart of a guy. I really like him, and I'm gonna give him shit from now
every
on.
time.
Yeah, from now on.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all.
He's used to it.
Yeah. No, I very much enjoyed Scott.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was
Man.
especially like the first day we're like, who's this guy? Why are you in this car?
Yeah.
But then like on the way back, it's like it was a lot more fun because we were like oh, now we know who Scott is.
Yeah.
So now we give him shit.
Well, you know, like I'd love to get Scott on the podcast too.
Yeah.
But another guy that made an impact. I don't know why I felt like connected to him, but Peter.
Oh yeah,
Peter's such
Which
a
one was
great
Peter?
guy. Tall dude. Remember when we first got there?
Oh, I know you're the one who translated.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a good dude. I liked him.
And you know what's weird? Like most of the time, I don't pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
But we're driving. Like when we first got into town, Peter was like, he was walking into his house, and you yelled at him, and like, "Hey, we're gonna get together at Mom's," and he's like not feeling well.
Yeah.
And the next day, I
he
saw
probably
it.
brought the fucking bug.
That
motherfucker.
motherfucker.
How much you like him now?
Not at all.
Whatever.
Not.
pussy.
Well, I made weight. Thank you, Peter. I
Thank
made
you,
weight.
Peter.
Try having a good immune system.
Yeah, I can try that. I'll try that. It didn't work out, but I saw him the next day, and he introduced himself. I was like, "Oh yeah, you're Peter," and he's like, "Have we met?" I was like, "No, we drove by your house," but for some reason, like I had this connection with him, and
Because you're both old.
yeah.
There you go.
Well, no, it was a gray hair. He's younger than I am, I think, but he has gray hair like I do.
Not by much. I don't.
Not,
think.
but fuck you. Peter, I'm on your side. But yeah, no, he's a great dude. Yeah,
he's awesome.
I
Great
just I like really appreciated how like he just kind of stepped up to the plate as far as translating goes, because like not everyone speaks Spanish there, not everyone speaks English.
yeah.
So he does seminars.
Okay.
So he does like I want to say like enlightenment seminars.
Oh, he was telling me that.
Oh,
Not what south of Mexico City, right? What was that town he was telling me about?
Well, he does a lot through Latin America. I think he's actually in LA right now doing one.
Okay.
Wow. He's like
seminar.
Venezuelan or something like that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's Venezuelan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Told
I
you.
don't know if he's
Connection.
been there in a long time, but
Yeah.
but yeah, like that's how we met him, because we got him to do a seminar in there to help out with the youth, and then he just, I don't know, that guy's been a part of my life for a long time.
That's
So he just
cool.
kind of like attached himself to the town, kind
Pretty
of thing.
much,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's such a good dude. I like
Yeah.
that guy a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, him and I mean obviously, so it's like Scott,
Yeah,
your
fuck
brother.
Scott. Fuck Scott. Let's get beyond. Let's get
Fuck
past
Scott.
Yeah,
Fuck
let's get past Scott.
Whitey. And like
He's from Texas.
Obviously,
Fuck
your
that
brother
guy.
was fucking dope. And then the one kid, the skinny guy, blue belt from, I think he's from Denver.
Yeah, Albert.
Albert. Yeah.
Albert. Yeah.
Man, like all good
Albert's
dudes.
wife was Erica, I think.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bam, nailed it.
Sweetest kid ever too.
Oh
Her
my
daughter,
gosh,
their daughter,
so cute.
Their daughter
Yeah.
was adorable.
But they also have a boy, right? Don't they have a boy?
Yep, they have
Yeah.
2 boys.
Yeah. So
I think when we
They
went
actually
there,
put
it was
his
just
young-
the daughter.
just the daughter.
His
yeah.
boy is, I think, he's 4 years old, and they just started getting him in, and he's been like watching his siblings going, and then his Albert's professor is just like, "Do you want to put him in Naga?" And I was like,
Let's go.
Let's go. But they're in Denver, right?
yeah, they're in
Yeah.
Denver.
Do they train with Keith or no? No, they don't.
They train at another place.
Okay.
So
And the
Albert
other place
shares
is really cool too.
Yeah.
which place?
It's called New Era.
New Era.
Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay.
It's in
Shout out.
North Glen.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Albert was telling me that he shares that house and that's Galeana still, right?
No, they're in LeBaron.
LeBaron. So he said he shares that house with his brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. So it's
Did
like
we-
kind of a
guys-
vacation home.
Did we
Yeah.
meet his brother?
No, he wasn't.
he
down
wasn't
there.
there.
He wasn't there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All those houses though, like everywhere, like on your uncle's, that whole mountain.
The mountain.
The mountain.
Every single one of those houses was like modern and cool and
Beautiful.
like, huge, tall ceilings.
With the
and-
exception of the uncle's house, because it'd been there longer.
Did we?
And
check
it
out
was
the
more
uncle's?
traditional looking. It wasn't as modern looking.
Oh, because we well that was
Beautiful house,
The first
but it
day
was
we
more
were there, we
traditional.
met Doug.
Uh-huh.
Right, we pulled in his driveway.
Yes.
Right, and
Yeah.
that was. Then there's some dogs. Right,
His house is
I love
fucking
dogs.
Fucking
dope,
legit, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy throws some fun parties. So his idea was, I want to make a house. My vacation home is going to be a house, and every room is a master bedroom.
Fuck yes.
And that guy
Great
can party
call.
too.
I wish we would have got a chance to party with him.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Christmas. God dang it.
Let's fucking go. What do you got to do?
I don't have anything to do.
Your family all lives out of town.
They do. They do.
Let's go to. I'm down.
Yeah.
Christmas works.
Christmas or Thanksgiving?
There we go.
Does Doug come down for Thanksgiving or no?
I mean, if that's a deal breaker, I mean, there's a lot of other houses, but
He'll let us in his house.
Doug lives here. Doug's from Arizona.
No
from
shit.
Phoenix, yeah.
Oh, no shit, man.
You're like, I'd love.
He probably has a really badass house here.
Wouldn't it be funny if he was my neighbor?
You want me to call him?
No,
I'll
he
call him
lives in a
afterward.
good neighborhood.
There's fewer gunshots in Doug's neighborhood.
Remember,
I assure you.
The F-150 got broken into here.
That was a long time ago.
I don't care. That's all I remember.
Doesn't matter. They get broken into all nice neighborhoods.
That's
man.
right. That's right.
No, I mean, I like Doug's vibe. I would love to fucking hang out with Doug.
He's a cool dude, man. He's fun. Yeah.
Yep, man. He wasn't like a hey guy. He was like, hey, what's up?
He just did his shit.
Yeah.
Oh, he looked hungover. He would have been more like, hey, man, come on in. And he looked hungover when we showed up. I was like.
But I really loved how people were like, come on over and look at my house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was cool, man.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
I mean, especially if they see me and they see me with new people and they're just like,
Yeah.
you're showing them a good time? All right, I'll help you out.
So cool.
I'll show them what's
Yeah.
up. And you want to go look at some farms? We'll go see some farms. Let's
Fuck
go.
yeah.
Dude,
Let's go.
So we were talking about do you know what the legality is of bringing pecan trees back to the United States?
Why would you do that? You can get them here.
Because I think it'd be cool to have like a pecan tree from like your town.
Tojo's weird like that.
Yeah.
That's not that weird. I like that.
It's
idea.
a little weird. It's a little weird.
All right. It's weird. I like your weird.
So the one thing I was thinking about is like, when we were talking to your brother, he was telling us about like, so these trees are X amount of years old. This is like the X amount of years old. I'm like, so they actually like grow pretty quickly, assuming you like give them enough water and stuff. Like,
And you got to kill the rabbits.
can do, my man.
Kill them.
Can do.
Yeah.
If you put rabbit blood on the trees, they grow quick.
They grow fast.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Can do.
Yeah.
But I was like, it'd be like cool because everyone out here has citrus trees. Everyone has orange trees, lemon trees, lime trees. It'd be cool to have a pecan tree.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would do good in Phoenix though.
We
That's
actually
what we're
talked
talking
about.
about.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Because I was like, but
Like
you guys have
4,000
like
feet.
way different climate than well, not way different, but pretty different.
Elevation.
You do need the freezes. Like the freezes needs to happen for the pecan
Well, we
tree.
do get a freeze. Like it snowed last year or
Yeah.
a couple years ago here.
Yeah.
Before that, it snowed in 2006.
Yeah,
I mean, it could. I don't know.
1976.
It might just be something where it's like not great for the fruit of the tree. Like
Which
you
I
might
don't
not
really
get nuts,
care.
it's
I'm
just
not, I'm
the
not trying to
tree.
fucking like
So yeah, so it might like for that sake, it might be okay.
yeah. I just
Legality
loved how it
wise,
looked.
I have no idea.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I know like
they'll
they
question
don't want
it.
you to bring fruits and shit like over, right? And obviously
Yeah.
like pork, but I wonder.
Pork? Why pork?
They don't want you to bring trichinosis over.
I thought we solved that.
We did. That's why they don't like you importing
Bro,
pork.
ketchup. All right?
Yeah.
Solve that shit.
I have no idea, man.
I
I show up to the border and they're like, "You can't bring them." I'm like, oh,
Okay.
Well, there you go. So I got stopped at the border on the way back from Rocky Point for apples that I bought in the United States. We just didn't fucking need them. We bought them at Costco.
and then they bring them back.
No, got to throw them away. Yeah. And then the guy went through like the whole like I want to catch you for drugs spiel. Like, oh, where are you coming from? And what do you do for a living? And blah blah blah. And I was wearing a jiu-jitsu shirt. So he went from that script to, dude, I want to get my kid in jiu-jitsu. Like, where do you live? And I was like kind of pointing at
Also, fuck you. Give me my apples.
I got pulled over coming up. When was for the instructor seminar, the instructors training.
Oh yeah.
We were coming up. Me and Hector driving up, and I got pulled over by a cop. You know, because I was speeding.
What?
Yeah. Apparently, it's not good.
Shocked.
Yeah. And the guy's like, and he sees us. He's like, oh, you guys do jiu-jitsu? And I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, I usually train back. And then he sees my license. He's like, LeBarron. And I'm going through the whole spiel. He's like, yeah, man. He's like, I helped you guys, you know, when that all happened down there. And it's like, I was one of the guys that showed up to the border for you guys.
No
I was
shit.
like, oh, really? Wow. And I was like, yeah. Still got a fucking ticket.
You son of a bitch.
But it wasn't as bad. Yeah. That's funny.
It's kind of weird how small a world it is, though. As far
Yeah.
as like jiu-jitsu goes, everyone like kind of like knows a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everybody's curious. You know
I was
what
at
I mean?
Law Fitness, Esporta.
Not anymore.
It's
back
now-
to Law
now
Fitness.
Back to Law Fitness.
Yep.
And like some guy comes up to me, he's like, "Hey, you train at Aries, right?" I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, he's like, "Cool, yeah, I've dropped in there. I came in there with my friend a couple years ago, and blah blah blah." He's like, "I was a brown belt at the time." He's like, "I haven't trained in a few years." I was like, "Oh, cool." And he's like, "Yeah, I think you and I rolled." And I was like,
Really?
"Okay,
Did I win?
yeah, did I fuck you up? Sorry." No,
Yeah, my knee's never been the same.
it's like, but it's like it's so weird. You roll with so many people, especially at open mats and stuff. You just like run into all sorts of people. He was like really nice. I was like, dude, fucking come in.
Do you ever think of like all the people that have come and gone since you started?
Do I think about it? No.
Have you
forget about them?
No. I mean, not individuals, but like you ever think of like, fuck, when you got your blue belt, like, goddamn, there was like so many people that are not there anymore, and then purple belt same and brown belt same. So I look at
let's name some of them. So we got Chris Rodinger. We have
Rodinger is like a
Nolan Daniels.
Nolan Daniels is like a shooting star.
Ronnie came up to me and he's like, "Do you remember me?" I was like, "Yes,
yes, Ronnie. You're uglier.
You're also interrupting Sierra and I's conversation."
Was this today?
Yeah, actually it was. Yeah.
So Ronnie's a big dude with the beard that I introduced you to.
Today, yeah.
Great guy. He was my very first student when I opened my academy.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Really?
So I had other people sign up, but Ronnie was the first one to drop his credit card.
I was giving him shit because I was like, "Hey, so you still have all the gis? You still got the same gi collection?" He's like, "No, I sold a bunch of them." I was
did.
Like, yeah, you and Chris were fighting for who could buy the most gis.
So Ronnie got into this show your roll group that you pay, like I think it was like $800 a year or something crazy, so that you could get like early access to the drops. And he was buying gis like crazy. And we're not talking like
$800 just to be able to
be
buy
in
it
the club.
first.
To be in the club.
Just to be able to pay.
Correct. And you're dropping like at the time.
So you did a great fucking job at making this guy fall in love with jiu-jitsu. You should be proud of yourself.
Apparently, no. I think Ronnie's just so competitive that he just wants the latest and greatest shit before anybody else.
You know, it reminds me of like any sort of collecting, like cards, whiskey.
Yeah,
it's like. The game turns into like, I just want to have this whiskey. I don't care how much it costs.
That's the game.
Or
That's the game.
I just want this card, Babe Ruth, whatever. I don't fucking know baseball cards, but whatever. You're just like, I want this card because everyone who sees me that I have this card, they're going to be like, oh shit, you have that card?
Yeah.
I mean, but you do that with the white belt? You're just like, you have a show you? No, you're still...
Honestly, I never understood that with jiu-jitsu. I never understood that with gis because gis are meant to be worn and they do not last forever.
They do
not. Gi lasts. I don't care if you spend 10 grand for a gi. It's going to last a couple of years tops.
I'm really happy with my gi sponsor. Shout out to Roll Union. Roll Union.
I never heard of them.
Awesome.
Are they okay?
But they're fantastic. The fit's great, and they're not that expensive. It's not insanely expensive. But show your roll. Great gis. I'm sorry, but
expensive as fuck. Yeah,
it's what are you getting for the extra $80 that you're paying?
At these days, all I want a good fit and I want decent customer service.
Yeah, that's good.
There's a lot of companies there, and affordable. Right? I'm not spending fucking $300 on a gi.
No fucking way.
No, like that. So when Ramsey came over and he's a day by day sponsored athlete, right? Day by day, like. They're like, for me, like, I'm gonna shrink my gis, and I don't care who you are. Like, if you're like, oh, I hang dry all my gis, they still shrink over time.
Yeah, right.
Day by day, I shrink them, and they fit fucking perfectly. They're not super expensive. They have stock. This is a life lesson for all of you people trying to start gi companies. I get it. You want to do pre-orders because it's less risky.
Beep that out in the shit I said.
It's less risky. But man, your customers are gonna fucking hate you for it.
Yeah,
it's so inconvenient. Like as far as like, oh, I bought this sick gi. I'll see it in 2 months.
Yeah,
I mean there's that side of the prestigeness of it. They want to be on a list. Because I feel like people like to be on the list. Like,
sure,
I'm on the list.
I think that a white belt with a show your roll gi is the equivalent of the white belt with a jiu-jitsu neck tattoo. Probably shouldn't do it. Yeah. You probably shouldn't do it.
To be fair, like there's like cheaper gi companies like Jiu-Jitsu, Tatami, Fuji.
Great gis. All great gis.
All of them.
Yep.
First of all, there is no such thing as there is a such thing, but for the most part, like if it's a company that you recognize, the gi is going to be good quality.
Yeah.
Like I said, Fuji, Tatami, like all those gis are very affordable.
Yeah.
But also very.
They're all made in the same place.
But they're all very good quality.
Yeah.
So you find a gi that fits you. Like we've talked every time, like I have like new students come in and they're like, "What gi should I buy?" Because they always start with like the
doesn't
cheap,
matter.
They start with the cheap breakpoint gis.
Yeah. Easy. Easy. I'm just saying.
I feel like Breakpoint makes a pretty good gi.
Breakpoint has come a long way.
Yes.
They've come a long way.
First of all, yes, they have come a long way.
I've had people buy my Breakpoint gis off the rack, and say this is the best fitting gi I've ever had. So these are like brown and purple belts.
I honestly feel like there's a few people that just like,
and fuck your point.
No, my point's important.
Breakpoint. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
A breakpoint. No, like I was gonna say, like in a lot of industries, it's like you have your like name brands, like in like say like archery, right? Like Hoyt, Matthews, like those are the top. Like everyone's like, oh, you have to buy a Hoyt, you have to buy a Matthews or whatever. In jiu-jitsu, you have gis, and it's like honestly, find what fits. The quality is the same. Agreed. Like I don't give a fuck what anybody says. They're like, I had a pair of control pants that ripped. It's like, well, that's just because you got one pair of pants that ripped.
Yeah.
It's like they all are gonna rip if you get the wrong pair, or if you wear that pair of pants long enough, right? Yep. I have not noticed a difference in as it pertains to quality.
Correct. Between
any gi company, 93, Fuji, Show Your Roll, whatever. It doesn't matter. They're all the same quality as far as I've been like, as far as my experience has gone. The difference is sizing.
Yeah.
Find the gi that fits you. Yeah. And not right when you get it, because it's gonna shrink. I don't care if they say it's pre-shrunk.
Yeah. It's
gonna shrink when you wash it. However you wash it, if you're a hang dryer or if you put it in the dryer.
Especially the white gis.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Because I do think
that.
Yeah. I think it's the dye. I think it's the dye that makes
the dyeing process.
There's less dye in the white gis, so the white gis shrink more because there's less like taking place of that. I don't know. The white gis definitely shrink more. But it's like find the gi company where the sizing fits you. That's all that really matters. Then find if you can find one that fits you great and is affordable.
And doesn't
have good fucking matter.
Service.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
Yeah. Honestly, I've had control. Have companies
beep that out. Beep that out.
Their customer service sucks. I'm sorry.
Right.
Because like I bought a belt from them.
They make pretty gis though.
They do make good gis. They used
nice
to,
gi.
And now it's theme this, theme that, and I'm like, can you just make a fucking regular gi?
Well, I like their themes. They look pretty cool.
Some of them do.
I was like, you're right in my alley.
I maybe I'm getting older. Like the older I get, I'm like, I just want a plain white gi or a plain blue gi or a plain black gi. I don't need all this fucking like. This is bomber gi. Like,
okay, I was gonna say if you say something about the Mexican gi, I'm throwing something.
This is a Mexican flag gi.
They're badass.
I mean, honestly, their Arizona gi was fucking dope.
Yeah, it was.
That control Mexican gi or Arizona gi was fucking dope.
Yeah,
but like I
think it's a niche market though. They're just trying to hit.
I like the themes.
Are paying $800 or no?
and when you're talking about like. I consider the guys. I don't know them personally, but the guys that control, I consider them like artists.
Oh yeah.
And with an artist, you gotta kind of get the good with the bad.
Yeah.
You're gonna get an awesome drop, but the customer service may suffer.
So this is why I like what the model that like Day by Day goes by, because Day by Day has like they have the blue, the white, and the black. Mm-hmm. They're everyday gis. Mm-hmm. They're training gis. They almost always have those in stock.
Yeah.
So if I order it today, it's going to be here in a week.
Yeah, but they take zero risk. Control takes risk.
Well, no. So here's the thing. So they have the three main colors, right? The white, blue, black, right? They have those almost in stock almost all the time. But then they have I can't remember the like day 23, day 24, day 25. They have like their risk gis or whatever, like their themed gis.
They're pretty much the same.
But they come out like like once a year or so or whatever, and they're like, that's their like creme de la creme where you're gonna spend like $200 on a gi, right?
Not doing it.
But it comes out once a year, and when you order it, it's because they have them in stock.
Yeah, that's cool.
And you get it the next week, in like a week or 10 days.
Yeah, I like that.
And they're coming from Hawaii.
Okay.
Right.
Well, they're coming from Pakistan.
Well, yeah, but by way of Hawaii, they go to Hawaii. Like when they have them in stock, it's in Hawaii, so it ships from Hawaii.
Less in Hawaii.
But a lot of places like I'm not singling out Control. This is just my experience because like I was like on board with Control until until I got into like I'm like, why do I have to spend shipping for a guy who lives 30 minutes away from me?
I can go pick it up.
I could literally go pick this gi up from you. Like, not that he needs to have a storefront, but like, come on, dude. We're local guys. We're Arizona guys. Let's go. And I have picked up a gi from him, and I like his gis. They look nice. But I'm like, I'm not gonna like spend like, you know, $200 on a gi, $20 on shipping. It's like you have like by time the gi gets to your house, by the way, 2 months later.
Really?
You spent like $240, $330.
Are you exaggerating or is that for real?
No, for real.
Wow.
It took you 2 months to get your gi?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Like, because when he'd have a drop, like he'd like, oh, here's the Arizona gi drop or whatever. You'd order it and it's all pre-order.
Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense.
So he's like, all right, I need, 200 gis. He sends it to his gi builder in Pakistan or whatever. And like, you get it once they send it to him and then he sends it to you.
That's common for a pre-order.
Sure.
Yeah. But like you said, they don't have stock.
But that's how he runs everything.
Yeah.
But I mean, that kind of follows his point with the artist, right? It's like they're not going to make more than they need to, and they're going to hit their base. And
but
like,
here's the thing. But they're an established company.
Make more than I need. Like, I'm going to hit this number because I'm going to hit 200 gis.
Yeah. That's it.
And I understand that too, especially for like the themed gis. Like this. Yeah, no, I get that.
And in sales,
shut up.
If you can create scarcity, you're fucking killing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But it's all artificial scarcity, which means it's not stable.
Yeah.
But the reality is like if he was he has like the traditional whatever traditional is in Portuguese, it's like that's what it's called, where he has the white, blue, black.
Traditional.
Yeah, traditional.
Whatever
it is. He has those gis. I'm like, just keep those in stock.
Yeah.
Because you will be just fucking going through those because people want control gis because it's a big name. It's
100%.
There's Shoya Roll, Control.
Yeah, it's up there. Yeah.
What other gi is bigger than those two?
No. And if you're going to give somebody, like, when he gets his black belt and you're going to give him something, it's probably going to be a shoyo.
Yeah, I'm not going to give you no shade to Fuji. Fuji makes nice gis.
Fuji makes gis that last a long time.
Yeah. And
they make great gis.
They have a lot of gis, and they're really good quality.
Yeah.
But, like, they're also really affordable, so it's like, well, I'm not giving you a $200 gi,
right?
Because a lot of people care about that, whatever.
Yeah,
but it is what it is. I just think like if you're a gi company, keep stock because you will go if you're a good gi company, you will go through that stuff.
Yeah, and have the artistry of it, like have your drops that are pre-orders, but have like standard shit.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so
I mean, I think you have to have your standard, but I mean, like. Good bourbon companies don't do that.
It's true.
Well, yes, they do. Buffalo Trace is a perfect example.
You just opened a
you motherfucker. Let's do this. Let's go.
You know what? I hope you guys end up fighting.
All right. We already did.
Yeah.
We did today.
Well, no, Buffalo Trace is actually a good example because Buffalo Trace is one of the I would say it's the top of the line bourbon distillery in the world.
Okay.
Well, first of all, in the country because bourbon is only United States. But so for example, people know Blanton's, right? Pappy Van Winkle, like all of the high end bourbon comes from Buffalo Trace Distillery.
But where do they make the most money? Pappy's, Blanton's. So they carry this.
That's what they make the most per bottle.
Yeah.
I bet you they make way more money selling this bottle right here than any other.
This is a great bourbon for like $25
yes.
or something. Yeah.
But I bet they sell 1 million of these, and then they sell like maybe 100,000 Pappies.
Yeah, but it's about the margins, right? It's like if they're making 5% on that.
Yeah, but
100% on
but the retail market. So the retail price on like Pappy and Blanton, like Blanton's retails for like $70. The secondary market is where like is where most people buy that shit at, and it's like for anywhere from $100 to $200 for a bottle. Same Pappy is like I think it retails for like $130.
Yeah,
and then it sells for like $5,000.
Yeah.
Mm.
So like as far as Buffalo Trace Distillery is concerned, they see the $130, they see the $70. So they have this like this small market, but like the Buffalo Trace is like the regular standard like this what we're drinking right now, $25 a bottle. you can get this. I can go to Fry's right now and buy a bottle of this, and it's good.
And that's the difference between this market and like we were talking about geese and that stuff being online. Like this market bullies the little guy.
Yeah.
They bully them. So if you got a distributor,
it hits way above its weight class for sure.
Yeah. So if when you have a distributor that says, we're getting the market for Buffalo Trace, or we're getting the market for Jack Daniels or any of their bullshit, and then you have a little guy who makes a badass fucking bourbon, and they try to get into that market, they'll tell the distributors, like the big guys will tell the distributors, yeah, don't carry that or you lose me.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where the bullying comes in.
Does that happen with the geese too?
No, but I'm saying with the stuff being online,
Okay.
there isn't any of that. So there's not like a local distributor with a brick and mortar saying, show your road going, hey, don't carry day by day because you'll lose me. You know? And that's I think that's the difference, and that's where you can make bigger margins by going direct.
For sure.
Right? Well, mostly direct.
Yeah, mostly direct. But I mean, what it comes down to is like you need to have a Buffalo Trace, like an everyday gi, and keep that shit in stock because you will 100% go through that stock.
Oh yeah.
Like especially if you're a big enough company like Show Your Roll, Control, like those big like where people are waiting for those like big name drops, like they're artistic drops. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like keep an everyday gi in stock.
Absolutely.
Because people want just like, well, maybe it's just me. I don't think so, because I talk to a lot of people who like are in the industry or in jiu-jitsu who are like, oh, I just want a plain white gi. I don't need a plain white gi that has like, the Mexico flag or the Arizona flag or the Hawaiian flag or the
Why did he go Mexico? He went Mexico first.
Because he's from Mexico.
He doesn't want the Mexico flag. Did you hear him? Yeah, he looked right at you.
Right at me.
Yeah.
Because 66% of this room is Mexican. You're welcome.
Do you feel like the minority?
I did the math.
Yeah.
The mathematicas.
Ooh. Well,
you've been practicing. He really wants to go back.
He does.
All right.
Oh, I
does wanna go
fucking
back.
do want to go back. I had a great time.
Good.
Yeah.
I had like no stress when we were in town.
Zero. I was so relaxed.
He's like, "Do you want to should we bring the girls?" And I was like, "I mean, do you want to have a good time?"
It's funny. I told Keith and Mark because I went to see one recently, and I one championship in Denver, and I took them out. Well, I went out and hung out with them. I was like, I mean, hey, it's a family town. Let's bring the wives. I was like, no, stop.
No, this is our thing. This is our thing.
We're gonna go down there. Don't you provide my wife? I was like, all right.
had a fucking great time, man. Like. Not only like obviously like you and your family was like really hospitable, but like everyone we fucking met was hospitable.
Everybody.
I mean, and the fair I think is the most chaotic time because it's just like so much going on, and people are like, welcoming, like, hey, how you doing? I want to get this over with quick because I have to go do this again. in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I'm really happy to see you, but I gotta say this again.
I felt bad for you when the day of the Derby.
Derby?
Because you were trying to like be a good host, but you had other commitments.
Yeah.
And just for future reference, ditch
we don't
us.
care.
Ditch us.
Yeah.
We will figure out, dude, even if we don't have a cart, we'll figure out how to get to the fucking Derby because I'm not missing that. Yeah. By the way, for people that have never like seen this, let me paint you a picture. It is medieval. There is like a ditch with cars, the gladiators.
It wasn't a ditch.
They
had berms.
It's a ditch.
They had berms. They built up berms and they built up the hay bales.
And then there's hay bales that, oh, by the way, caught fire.
Not that day.
That's when the kids lit it on fire. The fucking teenagers.
Yes.
But like no, remember the wind came and the rain came and it like was blowing. Everyone had those like canopies.
Oh my
and it
God,
like
I
was
felt
like blowing
so
them
bad.
over.
Because
we're just sitting there like, I'm just wet.
I'm just wet. And it's coming down sideways.
Except for
dude.
me, because I was like, hey, family.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He ducked himself under an umbrella with a rando family.
You know how to do it.
Yeah.
That's exactly
What's
how
up,
you do
fam?
it.
Yeah. It was.
They
They were like, how are you related? I'm not sure, but I'm
a
sure
LeBarron.
I'm a LeBarron. And then the I didn't see a lot of people on the carnival rides. Did you?
We didn't go that way though.
That's true. That's true.
We did the shooting thing.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys?
Oh, we were
You were there,
blasting.
weren't you?
No. It
wasn't
was just the three of us.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
we-
4 of us.
We
5
paid
of us.
for like the shooting the bottles or whatever. It was
Yeah,
like
with the paintballs.
paintballs, and it was like totally popping those bottles. I'm like, man, I don't want to get hit with those paintballs.
Yeah.
I don't know how much they got these things turned up.
So
Yeah.
when I took Sal down, so there the fair is like a seasonal thing. So they go through town to town to town.
Right.
So you get the carnival, and there's a town about, I would say, about 15 to maybe 20 minutes south of LeBaron, and that place is like, it's constant turf battle.
Oh, yeah.
Like in a good way or a bad way?
No, bad.
Bad way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that's not where you want to be caught
Okay.
during the night. That's where I used to party when I was younger. I love that place,
Yeah.
but it's sketchy.
What's the town called?
No, wait. Let's leave that out. You want to leave that out or you want to say it? You can say it.
It's called El Valle.
Okay.
Elvia?
El Valle. We call it El Valle.
Okay.
And I remember that's where we used to party. So that was the first bar club. The clubs we would go to were here. And oh man, I have tons of stories for that place. That place is crazy.
Yeah.
And this fair
Was that the place? Because I remember you telling us the story where you were like, you came to a place and like, you should leave. And you're like, okay.
Yeah, that place.
Yeah.
They told me, it's like, hey, it's time to go. And I was just like,
Okay.
all right.
You're right.
You
I'm
ask
out.
questions, I'm out.
Wow.
I was there one time, and I walked out. I went outside to catch a breath. Like, there was just something going on that night, and I was just like, I'm gonna go outside. And I walked outside, and this car just pulled up, and a bunch of guys jumped out, and I didn't recognize them, and it's just like, "What's up, man?" It's like, I think I went out for a cigarette or something. It's just like, just taking a minute. I was like, "What's up, man?" Just being friendly, and it was like, "You from here?" And I was like, "Nah, I live down the street, but I just hang out here." He's like, "Oh, you want to fight?"
Fuck.
No.
Not at all. They're like, "Too bad." And I was just like, "Oh, fuck."
Oh, shit.
And I remember I was like, "Oh shit! All right, well this is gonna get bad real quick." And I realized real quick, like, these guys are out of town, looking to take over this place.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm just here. And I was just like, ah, shit. I was like, all right, this is happening. And this guy walks out. He's just like, my buddy walks out. He's like, what's up, guys? What are you guys doing here? And I was like, oh, thank God. I got another guy to take the beating with me.
We're about to take an ass whooping.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Great
walk
timing,
in
by the way.
Great timing, pal. Oh, man. And this guy's just like, oh, what's up, guys? And, he's just, and they're like, nope, we're going to whoop this guy's ass. You want part of it? He's like, chill. Let's take this inside. We'll have some drinks and whatever. I'll buy you guys our first round, and then we could talk about this. And I remember like, oh, fuck, that's a good idea. Let's take this inside.
It's a great move.
There's
Yeah.
security guards
Where
in
we know
there.
everybody
Yeah.
and we're fine.
And we walked in. He bought him drinks, and then he started challenging him to arm wrestles. Oh no, this is what happened. He says, "Yeah." He walked in, bought him drinks, and then he's like, "Hey, I welcome all the drinks and stuff, but we're still here to fucking throw down." And I was just like, "All right, well at least I have buddies now. Like I'm not taking all you fuckers, so let's
Yeah.
go." And he's like, "No, I mean if you want to fight him, we're gonna fight, and then he's gonna fight." And he's like, "Let's just settle this with arm wrestling." The guy's just like, "What?" It's like, "Yeah, I'll arm wrestle you." I was just like, "That's the smoothest shit I've ever seen."
And they were down to arm wrestle?
Well,
It
once
was
he
that or
started
you get
pointing
jumped
out-
by the entire bar.
Yeah.
This was prior to me realizing that this guy was my buddy, was actually part of a big crew that I didn't know about. I was
Oh,
just-
shit.
yeah, I
Like
was
a
just
gangish thing.
Yeah.
like a cartel.
Yeah.
I had no idea the
Yeah.
point, and I was just like, oh, I'm a fucking bystander.
Yeah.
I don't know these guys. But yeah, luckily that went pretty okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy
Yeah.
shit, dude.
Wait, hey,
Who
tell
won? Wait, who won the arm wrestling?
Oh, that guy was a monster. My buddy was a monster, dude.
I mean, have you met his brother?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Brothers.
Oh, he was a
Huge.
short dude, but just fucking monster arms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I've seen too many people where they go to arm wrestle and they're fucking like humorous blows out. I'm like, I don't need to arm wrestle.
I don't
ever.
do that. I don't do that.
I don't need to arm wrestle ever again.
That's where you do the slap.
The slap
You see
fighting.
this shit?
Oh
Every
my
single
God.
one of those guys has head trauma.
Oh, guaranteed.
I don't get how we go from trying to eliminate concussions from every sport, like, and then we're like, let's
To
make
slap?
a sport about concussions.
This sport is 100% about head trauma.
Sir,
Yeah.
I'll need you to place your hands behind your back so I can slap the fuck out of you. You know what? I'm
So I
game.
can hit you as hard as I can without you
get
defending.
dizzy-
I'm in.
If you get dizzy, that's the point.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Oh, if you can't talk right tomorrow,
Nailed
fuck
it.
yeah, got him.
Oh man, those things don't last long. It's like 1 or 2 hits and then they pass out.
I heard something the other day about like it was like 70 or 80% of those guys have like real head trauma.
I'm guaranteed.
What's the point? Is the point about how hard I can slap or how well you can take a slap?
Yes.
Yes.
Because holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
It is the dumbest sport. There is no
real.
It's like ego lifting, but for MMA,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Where it's like there's no skill involved. It's just like I'm gonna hit you as hard as I can, and you can't do anything.
Doesn't
about it.
the UFC own it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, at least Dana White does. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's part of the UFC technically,
I
but
don't
like
know, yeah.
Dana White's part of it, and it's like, how are you that like that? In my opinion, that takes away from the UFC.
Yeah. It waters it down.
Because UFC is 100% about like having the best fighters of every mixed martial arts in the world.
Yeah.
And then you have slap fighting where it's like, I'm just going to hit you as hard as I can and you can't defend.
So I think they said like if you look up like viral videos, like the majority are slap fighting.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like up there. Like
Remember backyard wrestling? Oh, that was the best. Like where Kimbo Slice came from?
yeah.
Or backyard fighting or
back
whatever.
in the day.
Oh,
yeah.
man, that shit was
used
great.
to-
You
Oh,
used to,
across
like,
the way, yeah, right across the way.
Just put this here.
Oh,
Yep.
you got to go
Wherever you
already?
want. Yeah, broke the seal.
Bro.
Broke the seal.
You lost.
You know what? You're in the room with a 51-year-old man, and you got to pee first. I'm just saying.
First of all, he has to pee, but his prostate is swollen.
What you guys don't understand is I've already peed.
In his depends.
Oh my god.
Oh,
We're 2 hours and 30 minutes in.
dude, who cares?
Who cares?
Yeah.
This is great. I fucking love Mario. I fucking love these
I
guys.
love Mario.
Hector
I can't wait for us to go back to Mexico.
Oh,
like I'm only joking about not bringing the ladies. It would be less
cool.
stressful with
It'd be
them
cool, yeah.
gone. But man, I would love it because like
The thing is that for me, I can't convey the experience unless they are there.
sure.
Because you can't smell it, you can't feel it, you can't be there. Remember the rain when we're all under that canopy and we're just fucking talking?
Yeah.
I fucking love that.
For me, it was so the night that you were sick, the last night,
Why you got to bring that shit up?
because you fucking missed the best night.
I did. Well, I didn't miss it all. I showed up
And then
after I
you're
threw
like,
up.
I gotta go.
I threw up, but
Yeah.
then I showed up and
But it was like the quintessential like kickback with your homies, like where
Yeah.
you're just like you're hanging out in the backyard. Whoever's house you're at is like has the barbecue going,
Yeah, yeah.
and like so Mario was like smoking meat all night or whatever, and
yeah.
like we were just hanging out having beers. We had like the coolers out with like
Yeah.
beer and everything. Everyone was just talking and having fun. It wasn't like a party where everyone like felt like they had to do something.
No, my favorite part of that was there were 2 guys that showed up after I showed up, and they were sitting to like it was
To my left,
yes,
the guys from Chihuahua.
yeah, the guys from Chihuahua.
Yeah. The one who like would not let me not take his information to go hunt in Chihuahua. He was awesome. So the
Tonyo.
the blue belt girl, her father,
Yep.
he was like, dude, he's like, you come to Mexico to hunt, you're coming with me.
Yeah,
He was-
Really?
He
Yeah.
was like, you're getting my information, and I was like, okay, how much is it gonna? He's like, you're not paying a thing.
yeah.
I thought it was the other guy, not her dad.
The skinny
the other
guy. Oh, I thought it was his
tall,
dad.
skinny guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he was like, "You're not gonna pay a thing." I'm like, "Dude, no. If I can come to Mexico, I'm gonna pay." I'm like, "I want to help you guys." He's like, "No,
That's so fucking cool.
And so he took my information, got my WhatsApp because like that's how everyone like communicates down there, which is cool. I like WhatsApp.
I jumped back on WhatsApp thanks to these guys.
Yeah,
because I don't want to miss out.
Yeah,
but we
were all talking shit, and he like jumps in every once in a while because he's fucking 100 years old.
I'm a busy guy.
You're not busy.
And I forget.
He's the one without a job. His job is to fucking.
Do you just jiu-jitsu?
That's it.
Nice.
That's it. Don't tell my wife. Yeah, don't tell my wife.
She
but who were the two guys that showed up and they were like it stayed in my brain because they were like they had burgers like 2 days in a row. Because they were so fucking good at the fair. They were like they were not hungry when they showed up.
Yeah. Did we have a burger?
No, we did not. And we didn't have the fucking corn dogs either. We promised ourselves.
We're like Mexican food only. We're in Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny.
Probably should have had the burgers.
Burgers are pretty good.
Yeah.
He should have had the burger.
I should have had the burger. So we went today when we left. He was like, "Hey, you want to invite these guys for Mexican food and show them like what's up?"
I was like, "Let's take them to Taco Bell."
Taco Bell. I don't mean to brag, but they got a Dorito shell that they made at Taco Bell.
So Peter, I go visit him every now and then, and I took a buddy down there, and I took him to this place with burrito, and it was like a Chipotle style burrito.
Yeah,
and he was so fucking pissed at me. He was like, "Dude, how dare you? Like,
what is this white shit?"
He's like, why would you give me this burrito? And he's like, my worst thing is Chipotle. I hate Chipotle. And
no way.
I was like, really? He's like, yeah. And he's like, how can you give me this type of? You want to know his favorite place to come when we come here? Taco fucking
Get
Bell.
the fuck out.
And I told him, I was like,
out.
You have no credibility.
You're like, fuck you.
First of all, fuck you. Second, it's not even food. None of it's food. Yeah.
It's like, as long as you know what you're getting. Like, so like we have like, obviously we have Taco Bell and Chipotle, right? Yeah. And then there's like Filiberto's or whatever. And then there's like the expensive tacos or whatever. Like there's a place here called I'm fucking brain farting now.
There's a lot of them, bro.
Fuck. Well, there was Chino Banditos, which is like a kind of fusion, Asian Mexican fusion, which was really good.
Sucked.
Fuck you.
For Mexican, for Mexican food or Asian food?
Well, it was fusion. It was actually really good. What's the place that like in Tempe Marketplace? There's one in downtown Gilbert.
Mexican place?
Yeah, they sell tacos.
In Gilbert?
Yes.
Arizona?
Yes. All right, you guys
Don't
talk.
look at me, bro.
You guys
I have
talk.
no
I'm gonna
fucking
fucking look
idea.
it up real quick here.
All right. I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about.
That's because you're an idiot.
I like the Mexican places where you can't go at night because you might get killed.
Oh,
Barrio
the
Queen.
taco
Barrio Queen.
Barrio Queen.
Queen?
Barrio
Yeah.
Queen
Barrio
is
Queen.
not exactly Mexican food.
No, it's not. It's like expensive,
But it's
taco.
very good. It's very good. And they make a lot of stuff like fresh. Like if you order the guacamole, they make it by the table. And they put, what do they put in the guacamole? Cilantro. No, but they put something else in there.
Cocaine.
No, they put cocaine. Yeah, there's like,
that will get you.
Yeah, they sprinkle.
A
It's
little
like
bit of
salt.
cocaine.
It's really like salt.
And they do it like salt day.
Great.
Oh, I can't remember what they put on there, but some kind of fruit. Anyway, but it tastes really good. But
I like Barrio Queen.
Barrio Queen's good.
They're like, obviously they're not like a traditional taco, like Mexican taco, but like it's like, modern.
Yeah.
So if you want to spend more than you should for tacos, it's a good place.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not even sure what traditional Mexican tacos is anymore.
Bro,
There's
I don't
so
even
many
It
tacos.
changes so much.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was
By
like.
region.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, you like tacos? All right, you can have Taco Bell tacos. You can have street tacos from wherever, or you can have like Barrio Queen, where it's like modern, traditional.
Well, it's like even our burritos. It's like they have burritos this big, like
Yeah, we
Chipotle.
don't
You
do that
know?
shit.
Yeah.
No.
Josh, I was just like, we're gonna get burritos. I can't eat a burrito, and I was like, you can eat.
You
a
can
burrito,
eat a burrito.
the place in that town, that first place we stopped at with like the fucking tortilla cheese.
Yeah.
Those fucking burritos look bomb. And,
Yeah.
and if I wasn't full at the time, because we already had lunch.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had that giant
Big ol'
lunch that you
steak,
bought us.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would have fucking killed that. But like that, because they had the chili relleno one. It's like, dude, that shit looked fucking
So
good.
so if you take
was
if
good.
you take like the breakfast burrito we had today,
yeah,
it's about that big, right?
Yeah.
this is shitty.
That is
It was
that
shitty
is
burrito.
that is 5 burritos.
Yep.
Yeah.
That you would get in a little baggie,
yeah,
and then you take with you and just chow down.
Yep.
It's not like they're not giant.
yeah.
You know, like Cabo. When we went to Cabo, we went on a fishing trip, my buddy and I, and it was like we went marlin fishing. Never caught a marlin, but I did catch a Dorado, which was awesome.
yeah.
So actually, we caught the Dorado. We pulled in back into the little pier, and we walked to the restaurant, and I just handed it to the waiter, and he's like, "Cool."
I'll make this.
Walked in, yeah, and it was like I want to say it was like $18 per person, not including drinks, but that included all of the sides, and they cooked it like 4 different ways for us.
Really?
So they cook half and they keep half.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
okay.
how it works.
Okay.
So, but what the fuck do I care? I'm not taking it home. But dude, I literally walked to this restaurant. I'm like, here. He's like, yep,
We'll take care of you.
Yeah.
delicious. Anyway, but when we were getting ready to go out, crazy early in the morning, there's this little old lady sitting there with a cooler loaded with burritos, and you pay her like, I don't know, it's like $15. She gives you 2 little baggies, bunch of little burritos. You're just chowing down all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went on a fishing trip in Cabo too, and we were catching. We were trying to catch whatever. I think we were out marlin fishing.
Yeah, we're trying to catch marlin. Yeah,
Tons of Dorado fishes.
they're so beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're
So this
beautiful.
is
fish,
in
too.
Cabo.
Yeah,
not
Cabo.
Rocky.
No,
Okay.
in Cabo.
Cabo.
Yeah,
In Cabo.
okay. In Cabo.
And the dude cooked it up, made a ceviche right on the boat.
Oh my
Oh.
Ceviche is the
God!
shit.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So good.
I've never had better ceviche. And that was the time I caught COVID. And it
Get
was
the fuck out.
The day before my wife's birthday.
Oh.
I got fucking smashed on this fishing trip. So she was pissed thinking I was hungover.
You're in the sun all day drinking, so you're fucking
I'm pretty sure like I was getting the symptoms prior to getting on this boat, and I was just like trying to pass it off. I was
Like,
like,
I'm good.
I'm fine. This is just mild alcohol poisoning.
Mild.
Dude, you can bring anything you want on that boat. Like if you want to bring heroin, good. Bring
Yeah.
it.
Oh.
Like you can just load it up with beer, whatever you want.
Well, I had maybe 100 beers that we brought on this trip.
Yeah. You're out there all day.
Yeah.
Might as well. Yeah.
And then I remember the symptoms, right? Where it's like you can't taste or smell. And we got back to the bar at the hotel and I had a time of my life. Tipped everybody like, you get $100. You get $100.
You're like
You get
Oprah
$100.
Winfrey.
Yeah,
You're
I
like
was-
Oprah.
I was having the time of my life.
Yep.
These guys were just enjoying serving me, and I was like,
Yep.
hell yeah, catching fish, eating the best ceviche of my life.
Fuck yeah.
Getting back to the bar, this guy, like, we're drinking margaritas, and he's like, I was like, hey, make me a spicy margarita. And he makes me, I was like, that's not that spicy. He's like, you want a spicy? And I was like, hell yeah, I want a spicy. And I remember, like, this guy hit it, and everybody was like, oh, and I was like, oh, boom, make me another one. Boom. And then, I farted. And everybody fucking cleared out. And I was like, I don't smell anything.
That's
Like,
not good.
I'm good. Like, I'm good.
Oh my God.
That's when you're like, I know I got COVID.
I was just like, oh, yeah, this is COVID.
Yep.
I can't smell
I
it.
hate
Taste
it.
shit.
Yep.
Like, I'm drinking the spiciest shit that no one else wants to drink. And I just farted and it cleared out the room.
Yeah.
Time to call.
You can't
I'm
taste or
contagious,
smell.
I gotta go.
You can't taste or smell. Yep. Oh my God.
That's what you need for when you go to have the fire wings at fucking Zips.
Fuck yeah, dude. Oh my God. Yeah.
There's like, it's like American food. Like that's all it is. But their wings, like medium is good. Hot is hotter than what most people expect.
Yeah.
Fire is like, you better not have taste buds.
By the way, the hot you can't send back.
You gotta eat it.
You got it.
That's their
Or
disclaimer.
not. Or not.
They're like, hey, the hot here is not like fucking like.
It's ridiculous hot.
Extra capsaicin in it.
Yeah,
and
it's
they have
ridiculous.
a step above that, which is their fire.
Yeah, fire. Yeah.
Which is like
wouldn't dare. I wouldn't dare.
retarded hot.
The hot you can't send back, but
You
the
can't-
fire
you may
is
not.
like is another level.
The
It's like,
fire, you're gonna go to the hospital. If you can't handle the hot and you go to the fire, you're gonna go to the
Yeah.
hospital.
You better hope you don't
Jeez.
shit. You better hope you quit shitting after that. Like you're done.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm like medium are good for me, bro.
Oh.
Yeah. So when we went to Cabo, it was like, so a friend of mine grew up going out there. So his parents had like a timeshare, And he was telling me like at 13 years old, he's running the streets of Cabo, which is like a bad idea.
Running the streets.
Yeah. So everything in Cabo was like hat, t-shirt, cocaine. I'm like, what did he just say?
Yeah, sure. I'll take all three.
Yep.
Everything.
Everything.
So we went to the resort, and so his mom wasn't using the resort that week, and we got it for like, I think it was like $400 for like 10 days, something ridiculous.
Yeah.
So stayed at the resort, and we would catch a cab, which is like a van, and it takes you downtown. Well, the people, like, as soon as you get there, there's people like opening the door, like, hey, come on out.
Yeah.
And they're all drug dealers, all of them. So the cabbie was like locking the door, and he'd be like, they would come to the door and he'd pull up like 5 feet and open the door himself. But yeah, as soon as you walk out, like, they're trying to sell you like cocaine.
Yeah, it was like Rocky Point.
Well, Rocky Point isn't. So
all the cabs are
Rocky Point's
at
a little
least
more
trying to sell
discreet.
you
they're a
weed.
little more discreet.
I don't know about discreet.
Well,
they were definitely trying.
No.
Weed
Well, the
was
cab.
100%
100%.
is like straight up cocaine.
Yes.
Like,
no,
right.
Cabo is in
you
your
want
face.
cocaine? You're like,
No.
did you fucking say that? Like, my wife's right here.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I know she wants cocaine.
Yeah, but you got to be polite. You got to be polite because they're like legit. They're the real fucking deal. You don't fucking be don't be rude. But yeah, it was like you walk out and it's like everywhere, everywhere.
Yeah.
So we get to the resort, and the room wasn't ready because we got there early, and we check our bags and
It was ready.
Nah, but probably. So we walk out to the thing, and like there's the pool, and like the beach is like you're kind of elevated, and you got to walk down to the beach.
That's how beaches work, yeah.
No, you're like there's steps to get down there.
You're
right?
not below the water?
No. So you walk up, and there's like you look down, and there's like all these umbrellas and shit,
Doesn't know
and
how beaches work.
yeah, and there's these umbrellas, and there's people sitting there, and I'm like, look, that guy's selling bumps. There's a guy literally
selling bumps?
selling bumps to people
No.
sitting. I swear to God, dude.
See, I would take a bump. I don't want to fucking buy like a gram of
No,
coke
I'm gonna go all in.
because then I have to fucking do coke all night.
No, if I go to Cabo and buy cocaine,
You weren't drinking too much mezcal either. Like you're
no,
you're
he's a
kind of lightweight,
bitch.
bro.
I'm
He's
an
a
adult.
bitch. No, he's a bitch. Yeah, you know what he is? He's a fucking snob.
Yeah.
Snob.
He's a snob. Yeah,
I
and he
want-
I
hates
gave you good mezcal, bro.
and he hates Mexicans.
The mezcal was good.
Oh,
He
that's-
hates
that's
Mexicans.
what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it
I like Mario because he looks white.
You know what?
This guy, Mexican as
You know
fuck.
what? When I first talked to Mario, I'm very self-conscious about my Spanish because I don't have people to practice with because I hang out with you. But when
I'm like, your Mexican sounds shitty.
bro, what the fuck? So when I first talked to Mario, I'm like, oh God, okay, here we go. It's like when I talk to Hector.
Yeah.
Like I'm really
Your
self-conscious.
Spanish is great.
Thank you. And then Mario starts talking. I'm like, whoa, you speak English? He's like, yeah. Oh, thank God. So, but
And
yeah,
Hector speaks good English too.
Yeah, I
He
told him that
does.
too. I'm like, he's like, I don't want to talk because he's self-conscious. I'm like, you speak great.
he
dude.
speaks
Like,
really good
It's a lot
English.
like when we had Italo on. So Italo speaks Portuguese, right?
Yeah.
We had Italo on, and he like, I don't necessarily think he had to have our buddy Luis on, who speaks English really well, but like he kind of wanted Luis as like kind of like his crutch.
Yeah.
But like he did fucking
He did
fine.
great. He did great.
And
it was
and-
like one or two words.
And I
that he
feel
had
the
to-
same about Hector. Like I have never had a problem communicating with Hector.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he speaks English very well,
Yeah.
way better than I speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I
Well,
want to
people don't
go.
understand. It's like English is hard. Like I speak fluent English and I stumble all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
English is stupid though.
yeah.
When I was a kid and like I grew up speaking Spanish, but I went to American schools and like I'd be with my cousins and I'd be like, English is fucking stupid. Like Spanish is easy to learn because you just enunciate every letter.
Because the rules are the rules.
The rules are the
They're
rules.
not like except.
However, no, but the thing is, like, English is made up of like 30 languages from different countries
Yeah.
that we decided, like, oh, these are the noises we want to make.
Yeah.
And Spanish is like, no, we're gonna speak the way we speak.
Well, English
fuck
has a lot
everybody
of
else.
exceptions.
Yeah.
Right. Because
Yeah.
because for the majority, English is a Germanic language, but we have a lot of like no is no, right? For like same with Spanish, right? So there's a lot of like Latin influence, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
There's a lot of like all the love language stuff. Like there's a lot of that influence. There's a lot of Germanic influence. There's a lot of like whatever else kind of got peppered in. English is like a bastardization. Of
It is the least efficient language I've ever learned. Like Spanish is so efficient.
of all the two languages.
Of all the two languages ever. And I learned French. I tried to learn Portuguese, but goddamn Portuguese
How do you
is hard.
say Mario's a motherfucker?
Mario is a motherfucker. In
like that.
French,
You
English,
nailed it.
Spanish,
Nailed
you
it.
fucking say it.
In French, you fucking pussy. They don't
No.
say that because that's too aggressive. French people are soft.
But the
No,
reality is like
Like say it. It just doesn't sound nice. It sounds more romantic.
it does. Yeah.
oh, I want to fuck you.
That's exactly how you say that in French, dude. You nailed it.
Oh my God.
Got me excited there for a second.
No, but the reality is like Spanish was. I hate to say easy. It's not easier, but I was immersed in that. You know.
It's more straightforward.
Yeah. When I learned English,
Because
I was like, this is stupid.
Growing up in Minnesota, I had to learn. We had to learn
White. You had to learn white.
White. We had to learn white.
Yeah.
French and German.
Damn.
And
Why? German is the ugliest language in the world.
Which is like very English, because English is ugly as fuck too.
No, German is extra ugly.
German, you have to be mad in order to speak it.
It's very violent.
It's
a
yeah.
violent
It's a
language.
violent
Yeah.
language.
But like, so like learning German was like,
Have you ever watched German porn? Not great.
No.
Not great.
I've never even
No.
searched that. What's
Not
that
great.
like?
Search it. Search it.
No,
I love it.
pass.
that's when you get in the weird shit where like the chick is pegging the dude.
Yeah. How far down the hole do you gotta go to be like, I want to look up. I am bored of all the good porn. I'm gonna search some German shit.
So when you're on Pornhub, German is on page 6.
I'm surprised it's a high.
We're gonna start getting ads on our phone.
German porn.
You gotta really start swiping pages before you get to the German shit.
Oh man.
But no,
my
like,
God.
so like honestly, French was the hardest. Spanish was always the easiest for me because like Spanish is like, here's the rules,
Straightforward.
rule A, B, and C, and you're like, there is no exceptions.
Yeah.
Like A is pronounced like this, you know,
Yep.
like that's it. There's no like A pronounces like this except for when you do this, and then
Yeah.
except for when this, and then like well, you know, there's also this time, you know,
Yeah.
Like English is like that.
Yeah.
Spanish is like, these are the rules. You follow these rules, you can speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
German is also like that. German is less so, but French is the fucking worst. French was of the languages that I experienced. Like French was like, there are no fucking rules.
Yeah.
You're like, you speak, this is how you say this word, this is how you speak this word. Oh yeah, they don't make any sense. There's no patterns.
Yeah.
French people never do though.
Fuck it.
I'll never get it.
Fuck
Yeah.
it.
I don't think my wife ever realized how Mexican I was until my mom passed away, and then we went to Brownsville, and all my family was
You know how to
around.
speak Spanish
Oh shit.
everywhere.
Yeah. Everything.
Is it a
Everything.
Culture shock.
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. Yeah. So we went to my uncle's house, and you know, this is like dinner. You know, they invited us over, tamales, the whole bit. And
I thought you only have tamales on Christmas.
no.
Thanksgiving too.
Yeah, Thanksgiving too.
Oh,
but
okay.
my cousin,
I love tamales.
my cousin who's like another generation older than me, right? She bought like
Dead now.
200. No. World War I, 1917. But she had bought like 200 tamales, something like that, right? So we go to my uncle's house, and it was like my wife was like kind of in shock because like all you got to do is sit down, and then people bring you food.
Nice.
You know what I mean? It wasn't like here where like you get a plate and you kind of make your own plate.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you sit down and people bring you food.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's kind of how I grew up. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah, it's kind of.
You're gonna get fed.
Yeah, you're gonna get fed no matter what. You're gonna
You
get
have
fed.
to tap out.
And the longer you sit, the more food you're gonna consume.
Yep.
So yeah, it's wild, man.
And that's, I mean, I think that's a lot of the culture too. Just they want to make sure you're taken care
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
So I was always raised. My mom always said, "You better clean your plate. You better clean your plate."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I realized, like, if you go further south and stuff, if you clean your plate, that meant you're hungry still.
Oh shit.
You have to like send your plate back with some food on it.
Wow,
So
yeah.
that they know that they took care of you. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you're done. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
And I still can't get that through my mom. She's finish your plate. I was like,
so
I'm trying to be polite, Mom.
So
I'm done.
when I was stationed in South America, you know, I was dating this girl. Like, she was really cool, and I went to her house, and you know, parents made this feast. You know, not for me, but it was like an event. You know, and then I noticed, like, there was still, like, they would put food, and everybody grabs food from the middle, and there was always something left in there. And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna have that last one, and she grabbed my hand. She's like, don't. And then she's like, she says, you always leave something for someone else in their culture. Like, you never take the last thing. So there's always something left in the middle of the plate.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, that's kind of cool. You know what I mean? I was like,
awesome.
I'm still fucking hungry, but goddamn, that's kind of cool.
As polite as can be, right? It's like, you don't know who's hungry.
Yeah. So you always leave something. There's always something left. And it was like like a polite thing where you're like, in case, you know, you want something else, I'm not going to eat it.
Yeah. I mean, it just goes to show, it's like, you never know the proper way to be. So just try to be your best.
Yep.
Ask questions.
Yep.
Nothing
And it's
wrong with
okay.
asking questions.
It's okay to ask questions. Yeah. Yeah.
Questions are never offensive.
No.
In that way. It's like, hey, can I? May I?
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, you know how to ask the right questions. That's where the politeness is starts, right? And then you just figure it out from there.
Yeah. It's such a wild thing. Like, I think people have gotten away from that because everybody finds things like so offensive. You know what I mean? Dude, ask the question. I think you'll like the answer.
Yeah. For the most part. I mean, people are people.
Yeah, that's it, man. Well, listen, boys, we've been going at it for 3 hours.
Oh,
What are you quitting?
I'm quitting.
What a pussy! I just got back.
Well, listen, man. Tell us about.
empty?
So tell us about Ronin Jiu-Jitsu before we sign off.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. How did that come about? Because
By the way, the dopest logo ever.
your fucking logo is
Like it?
badass,
I
dude.
love your
What do you
logo.
call the weapon?
Macahuitls.
Macahuitls. So
That's a Mayan thing.
Aztec.
Aztec.
Aztec War Club.
Okay.
yeah. And that'll fuck you up too.
My wife bought me one for my birthday.
Yeah, I saw that. That was
Nice.
fucking dope.
That's
Yeah.
cool, huh?
Yeah.
So she needs to buy you another one because it's got to get the cross
get
ones.
the
You
cross
need
ones?
to.
Yeah.
You obviously need to.
Yeah, need to. Everyone needs to. And I should carry one in my car.
Yeah.
You know what I
Those
mean?
things are cool, right?
Yeah, fuck yeah. So there's very, very Aztec, but you went with Ronin Jiu-Jitsu. Why did you do that?
Ronin. I mean, well, like the Ronin is
The masterless warrior, right?
the masterless warrior.
Yep.
I'm surprised you know that.
Ah, come on now.
Did you read a book or something?
Nah, I don't read books.
Well, I figured when we started, I was a white belt, middle of nowhere, so it means masterless warrior. I'm just out here trying to be a warrior with no master.
That's cool.
So I didn't have anybody there. We're Ronin,
Awesome.
home of the Ronin, and doing our best to keep going, man. Just love training these kids, making them out to be whatever I can with what I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of respect. A lot of respect for that shit. Man.
Same, man. Same. Last year, you guys won the kids division at Jiu-Jitsu World League. This one.
Yep.
And I hope you repeat because you guys deserve it.
Thank you, man. We're
Yeah.
going for it.
Hey, they're
Hopefully.
tough kids down there. Man.
Yeah. Good kids. I just love the community. I love what you guys are doing. I'm just I can't wait to be back there. I can't wait to be back there and experience.
Thanksgiving/Christmas.
We can make plans and put it on this podcast so you guys can't back out
I
right
can't,
now.
I can't now.
I
with
can
alcohol
commit to
and
whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I'm not a bitch like him.
I have a wonderful supportive wife that I don't want.
And we can drag her down there too.
I would love that.
The weather is awesome.
I fucking love it there, dude.
You know when the best time is? October.
Oh, so close to Thanksgiving time.
Thanksgiving is great too.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is too. Not too
I'm
cold.
fucking down.
You guys like bonfires?
Oh no, I hate bonfires. You know what? I hate it. I don't even like alcohol.
I can only imagine.
So we have all our orchards.
Yeah.
So we do prunings. So we have to prune it, and
someone's got to kill the rabbits.
Someone's got to kill the rabbits.
we do
during the
prunings, bunch them all up.
How big is
Light
that
'em on
bonfire?
fire.
Let's bring Q.
How big is that bonfire? Fuck.
Let's
yes.
bring Q.
Big enough to be a few meters away. So
Nice.
I want to go shooting with
I like
Q.
how he said meters.
Meters.
See that?
Yeah,
like
I
that. I'm trying.
How many is that in
the
feet?
effort is there. A few feet too.
Well, listen, man.
A few more.
Yeah. Listen, man, tell people how to find you, how to on social media. Where are you guys?
Instagram, Ronin BJJ Galeana. Just look us up. Small town jiu-jitsu, man.
Love it. Love it. All right, everybody, if you love the podcast, or even if you hate the podcast, especially if you hate the podcast, please like and subscribe. Please shit on us. Please comment, because we're going to have another shitting on the comments
Tell us why
episode.
we're wrong.
Tell us why we're wrong. But thank you so much for being on, Mario.
Thank you for having me,
I love you, man.
Thanks, brother.
You're a fucking badass dude. And Tojo, he's an asshole, but I think he likes you too.
I like
Yeah?
you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The next one we're doing in Mexico.
Fuck
Yes.
yeah. Let's do it.
I told him. I fucking told him.
I know. I
like,
suck at
"Oh, I
this.
want to."
I suck at this. Anyway, all right, guys. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you on the next one. This episode of the BJJ Foxcast is brought to you by BioPro. BioPro is an all-natural alternative to prescription human growth hormone, which aids in recovery, anti-aging, metabolism, libido, immunity, skin health, cognition, sleep, and stress. Just one vial per day provides a substantial boost to all of these growth factors. Okay, so that's what they want me to say. Here's what I know as an aging grappler. I've been using BioPro Plus and the nighttime variant, BioPro Plus Cortisleep, for several months, and it feels like I've grown a third lung. My gas tank is noticeably bigger, my recovery is faster, and I'm back on the mats much quicker, not just between training sessions, but between rounds. Now you can get $30 off your first order of BioPro when you use the code FOXCAST at www.bioproteintech.com. That's code FOXCAST for $30 off your first order at www.bioproteintech.com. Thank you, BioPro.